Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? All right, all right. Everything looks good. I actually managed to turn on the music today. Okay. Holy shit, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like so fucking tired. I went to sleep so late yesterday, but okay. I'm awake. I'm awake. I had like a crap ton of coffee earlier too, so. All right. As I said in the title, and as I promised you guys, I will be finally reading Kpop Demon Hunter fanfiction. I meant to do this like what, like 2 3 weeks ago, some shit like that, and like I never did it. So I'm like, okay, I think this would be like a good time. There's like 6,548 works, so we're gonna see. I'm not gonna be reading anything that's like, oh god, it's been some time since I've actually read. I cannot read anything mature. I think anything that's teen and up audiences, general audiences. Oh, I probably can't do mature explicit. I can probably do general and teen and up audiences. I think anything besides that, I'm like, I don't know. Something tells me that I'll be like kicked off of a YouTube show. I'm kind of interested to see like what. Okay, never mind. I just saw something. I'm interested to see like what kind of fanfiction there is exactly on AO3. I haven't really taken a look, which might come back and bite me in the ass, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, all right. There's like, so I feel like we're gonna see a lot of like the common ships, like because I'm thinking of like what type of ships there are, right? Like Dujinu, I think is like a super popular one because it's like the main one of the series, like Dumi Jinu, you know what I mean? And I think after that, like probably it would be the not even the Mirabi ship. Miromabi. There was Miromabi and then Mystery and Zoe. It was oh god, what was their ship name? Zoe and oh my god, what the fuck was the ship name between? Okay, no. What was it? It was I know it's Zoe and Mystery. Is it Zoistry? There we go, Zoistry. Okay, so there's the Zoistry ship. So I expect to see a lot of Zoistry, Dujinu, and like Miromabi, I think. Okay, so looking at the show, there's not a lot of ships that actually include like baby, for example. So we're gonna see if there are anything because like I feel like it mainly was just like Mystery Zoe and then like baby was like the baby. You know what I mean? He wasn't like shipped with anyone in the show as far as I can tell, and he didn't really have that dynamic. But I'm interested to see like if anybody actually like put him with somebody. I know there's a lot of people too who really like the dynamic between like Rumi, Mira and Zoe. So like we might be seeing a 3P between them as well. And just because it's like fan fiction doesn't mean it's only going to be like the straight ships. It's like there probably is going to be like other stuff too, or it's like it might not even be like ships in general. So we're just gonna see like what happens. All right, so I mean like I'm trying to think about like what I guess like what order to go in, because I could go by like date of like last updated or like last kind of uploaded, or I can do kind of like what's most popular. I might do the most popular ones first just because like honestly, I actually don't remember how to like. I haven't been on AO3 in a while. Okay, so this is date updated, date posted, word count hits. We could do kudos. I feel like kudos is pretty good. Also, I don't know how many people here actually have like used AO3 before. I feel like AO3 is a pretty popular fanfiction site, like site in general for like fanfiction stuff. So I feel like a decent number of people do know. Oh my god, that scared me for a second. I saw the red and I was just like, that's not mature, right? Yo, Layla, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hello, welcome in. I think I'm gonna be sorting by kudos, and we're only gonna be reading general audience fan fiction right now because I don't want to get booted off the fucking platform. So, oh, wait, what? Okay, wait. We're gonna read the descriptions. All good today, and thanks for asking. No problem. Yeah. I'm glad that you're doing well. 5+1 things. Oh my god, replay by Shiny. Okay, also, just a little thing, a little bit about me. I'm actually like I was not as much anymore, but I was a super big K-pop fan, like huge K-pop fan. Like I would like go see like the idols. I went to like fan meets. Like I would wait hours. Like I waited like I think 4 hours in the rain one time to see like these idols that I really liked. So like I'm a pretty big K-pop fan, and like I feel like what I really like about K-pop Demon Hunters is that they had so many things like in K-pop, like in the show itself, obviously, because it's called Kpop Demon Hunters. Some of the things I did agree were like a little unrealistic, but at the same time, it's like it's an animated show, so like how much am I gonna expect? You know what I mean? So it's like whatever. Also, I'm gonna add a little bit of music for ambiance. Hello, for ambiance. can hear some jazz in the background. I hope it's not too loud. All right, so let's just go down the list for like kudos, right? I'm pretty sure the ones that have like a decent amount of kudos usually are pretty good. Let's read this one first. So your mirror trails off and characteristically stumbling over her words. Oh, okay, shoulders. So this must be like when they see Rumi is kind of like, I don't even know if I could call them tattoos, but I guess we'll call them tattoos for now because I feel like that's like the best way to describe them. Like for the first time, Rumi blinks my shoulders. What was with Mirror today? It was like she couldn't even complete a sentence when she was often so witty. In fact, being chill was her whole persona. Right now, she's being the complete opposite. Out. They're out? So her shoulders are out. Rumi can't help but allow an amused smile break out her features, a small snicker escaping her lips as well. Or, the 6 times Rumi cannot figure out for the life of her why Mira and Zoe are obsessed with her demon marks and the 1 time she does. Wait, low-key? Is this really for general audiences? I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I read some of these descriptions and I'm like, are you sure? I chose general for a reason, so it should be okay. Okay, but honestly, it looks pretty good. So part 1 of Gonna Be Golden, 23,000 words. Damn. Okay. We're gonna look at a couple of these, and I'm gonna just pick out the ones that I'm like, okay, I feel like this would be like interesting to read. Like I would like genuinely like want to read them. Not to say like some of these I wouldn't want to read, but like there's gonna be things that like I prefer to read and things I don't want. Right. Because it's like, you know, it all comes down to like whatever the fuck you want to do. Oh my god, mystery growling. Okay, fluff and crack. Honestly, this is my type of fan fiction. I like, so for me, when it comes to fan fiction, I like my super sad fan fiction, which is really terrible. I also really like fan fiction that like has, I like fluffy fanfics. I like fluffy fanfics, but I also like really sad fanfics. Yeah. I think those two. Then occasionally like the spicier ones, but like anyway. So Mr. Growl the fan, how dare they interrupt his time with a cute demon hunter? Oh my god! It must, yes, Zoistery, there we go. I want to read more Zoistery, honestly. Crack treated seriously. I love that, honestly. This is such a banger tag. Also in the end of stream, I'll probably be showing off some of the fan fiction that I wrote when I was younger. We won't. I was young back then, okay? Like, I, like, reread it recently, and I was like, damn. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's also not good, so I was like, it's okay. Anyway, before he could compose himself, he felt a pain in the back of his head. Turning around, he saw the demon hunter wielding the pen she used to sign and bad Saja boy, bad! Oh, it's a sign where they read out the fan sign. Also, the thing about today is because we're reading like Kpop Demon Hunter fanfiction, a lot of it is gonna be like spoilers for the actual show. So if you guys are like, hey, I don't want any spoilers before I watch the show, completely understood. If you guys want to go watch it and then like, I don't know, watch the VOD, you know, when you're done watching the show, completely understandable. But I do want to let you guys know that there's gonna be probably quite a few spoilers. So yeah. Did he seriously get hit by a pen? The hunter's movements caused him to stop. He froze and realized he was pouting. Oh, why was he pouting that she got mad at him? And why the hell did he listen to her in the first place? Wait, I like this one. This is cute. I like these. I like it. Okay. We're gonna put this one here. We're just gonna read through like a couple first and see which ones. Cause like some of them have like a pretty big word count, right? Like 1,000 words is actually like, it's short. But like this one, 23,000 words. There's 5 out of 7 chapters. Also, I don't know if I want to read something that's like not finished yet necessarily. So we'll see first. Okay, so this is Mira Rumi. Okay, Mira asks, so what, just pretend Polytrix isn't top 1 on the global trending list right now? Oh my god, dude, this is like all over my like For You page on Twitter. It's Rumi physically freezes. It looks like it takes her a moment to compute what Mira had said. Then she finishes stiffly. It's what? Mira's never been one to lie, and lo and behold, hashtag Polytrix was indeed pressed up as #1 on the social media app they're staring at. Zoe glances down at the related hashtags trending with it. It's real, Polytrix on top, Rumi's on bottom! Huntrix girls to the gay world. So true. Or Mira, Rumi, and Zoe get caught up in the middle of their fan shipping wars, but maybe one ship in particular has more substance than the others. Damn! Sakasenshi, hello, how are you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. Ooh, but maybe one ship's more party subs. Okay, wait. So is this Polly? I think it looks Polly. Friends too. Why are we just getting shipped? Haha, we're just friends to lovers. Oh, friends to lovers. Okay, hey Jay, how are you doing? We're doing well. Congrats on first, bro. Yeah. Streamer Zoe. Oh, okay. Slow burn. Oh my, 100 and, okay, I'm not gonna lie, if I wasn't on stream, I probably would be reading this one, but 116 is a lot for on stream. All right, thank you for the bald, bro. Wait, you have more crystals than I expected. I will not lie. All right, all right. This is a good fan fiction. I'm not saying this is bad, but I'm not gonna read it right now on stream, mainly because of how long it is. I want to read some like cute, snappy, like quick ones. You know what I mean? Like something that's like max 5,000 words. Maybe I should actually do this by like word count as well. Can I do that? Oh, here we go. Let's do up to like. Let's do like up to 5,000 words. It's gonna be like a one shot or just very, very short. I mean, there's still like 1,300, so I don't think that's too bad. And this is mainly so that way we can get to like fanfics that are like short and easy to read. Not gonna say I didn't expect to have this much since I've not been here for a while. Well, welcome back. Also, to be fair, I have been on a hiatus. Also, I'm pretty generous with giving crystals on YouTube, so yeah. What do you wear? Wait, this one is Chime. This is Jinurumi. Okay. The Saja boys don't die. Oh god. Whatever constitutes as 40. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite things about Ao3 is the fucking tags. Like, I will not lie. Also, okay, being the person I am, all of my, well, not all of my ships, but a large majority of my ships, not a large majority, there are a couple of ships that I particularly really like that are like sad as fuck, right? Either somebody has trauma. Like 99.9% of the time in fanfics that I read, somebody has trauma. So I'm like, okay, I want to read something where they're not traumatized. So this is nice. That's why I like reading canon divergence or like, you know, just like happy. No, nobody dies, you know? Dead Dove. Why? Dude, I remember reading my first Dead Dove fanfic. Damn. Anyway, I should have read the tags better. My fault. Oh my fucking god, did you hear about the live Kpop Demon Hunters theater thing? Wait, I think I have. I don't know how I feel. Like, so is it, okay, wait, I'm not 100% sure exactly what's going on. So is it a live action or is it like a sing-along? Because I heard that it was a sing-along version, but then people are saying that it's like a live theater version. I don't know if anybody knows anything about that. If you guys want to like tell me, like I want to know, so. Okay, rerun of all the moments in canon from mystery perspective. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. I need to read this. This is so down my alley. I'm obsessed with Zoe Street. I think honestly my top ship after like Bujinu obviously is Mystery and Zoe, dude. I think they would be a really funny like ship, honestly. Sing along, yeah. I'm excited, honestly. I think a sing along for Kpop Demon Hunters would actually like slap so hard because like the songs are so good. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. At some point, I really want to do like a karaoke stream where we only do Kpop Demon Hunter song. And for that stream, I might actually do it with chat. So depending on like what level you are in like the Discord and stuff, I might do like a sing-along thing with chat. I think that'd be kind of fun. It'll be kind of hard to coordinate just because like there's gonna be like a lot of like latency issues, but it could be kind of cute. And I'm probably not gonna do it on stream, honestly. I might do it just like only in the Discord. But I've been thinking about it for a while. I know some people said they were interested, so. Okay, moments in between. Okay, I think maybe like one more fic and then yeah. That's crazy. Are you still living blood? But hi Hazel, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, I love this one. I want to read this one so bad. Not a stepdad, but a dad that stepped up. That's crazy, bro. Okay, wait. Bobby best. Okay, honestly, let's be real. There are a couple of characters that are just best boy or like best person or like best character in Kpop Demon Hunters. Bobby 1000% is one of the best characters in Kpop Demon Hunter. I will fight you on this. He is one of the best characters in Kpop Demon Hunters, okay? Also, Tiger, Bagpie, amazing. I love them, you know what I mean? Because I love all of the characters in Kpop Demon Hunters, don't get me wrong. I think they're all like very interesting and I love Kpop Demon Hunters, but there's like a select few characters which I'm just like, you are just chef's kiss. I love you so much. Oh my god, you deserve the entire world and back. You know what I mean? And like Bobby, like the tiger, the magpie, the bird, I think those three are like characters that deserve the entire fucking world. Anyway, Bobby loves his job and loves his girls. Yes! Okay, he's witnessed their growth and troubles over the years, and while he can't eliminate all their stressors, he does his best to take care of them. He does. AKA Bobby, my roommate years ago, immediately thought, is no one else gonna parent this child? Finders keepers, and proceed to do that 2 more times. This is what I want! Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish Bobby honestly found them before. Like, it's totally understandable that Celine would have found them before Bobby, but still. Anyway, I think we can all agree hastily. Agreed! Bitch, get the fuck out of my way. Oh my god, Celine. I have words about her. Celine's A+ parenting by Az. We're like 0 parenting, bro. She's just like, oh, forget who you are. It's not that bad, but she could have done better. I don't know about that. I think like, how do I say this? I think she was, it's not that, I don't think she was a good parent in my personal opinion, but at the same time, she was a good manager. I think she was a good manager, but a bad parent. It was not technically her job to parent them. So, you know, I will hold my thoughts on that, but yeah. Kitten, what the fuck is this? Like e-boy, e-girl shit, what the hell? What? I'm sorry. Wait. Okay. Well, I'm gonna read the other fanfics first, but like, what? Okay. Wait. Rumi is a touch-starved cat that needs love. Mir and Zoe are more than happy to give that love. Or short little moments of Rumi being a little kitty. Okay. I mean, it looks okay. Okay, it's fluff. Okay. Does she turn into a cat, or is she just like a wet cat energy? Okay. I think she just has wet cat energy, and they're just like treating her like a cat, I guess. I don't know. So you can't get over the concept. Already deleted the scene. Yeah. Wait, what? Celine killed Rumi's. There's no way. Was that actually a thing? Wait, Jay, can you put that in the Discord later? Wait, I had no idea. I've never seen that before. Is there no fanfic for Bobby? I've seen a lot of people doing fanfiction, but we need to ship Bobby. haven't seen any stuff with like shipping him. Oh, 안녕하세요. 잘 지냈어요? But like, 뭐가 큰다고? 제 머리가 커요? But like, wait, where is it? No, I want to read this one so bad. Mysteries perspective about Zoe. Yes. Okay. There is. This one's a fanfiction about like Bobby, kind of. I agree. I think we need more. We can look at more fanfiction about Bobby later on, honestly, if that's what you guys want. 정말요? 제가 몰랐어요. 제가 한국말 할 수 있지만 제가 영어 더 잘 하니까요. 제가 가끔 한국말 조금 못할 수 있어요. 네. 하고 제가 다른 영어 차트가 있으니까 영어가 먼저 얘기하고 나서 제가 영어 얘기하는 거 제가 한국말 트랜슬레이트 할 수 있으니까 걱정하지 마세요. 오케이. 하고 오늘은 제가 Kpop Demon도 엄청 좋으니까 지금 영어 팬픽션을 읽을 거예요. 이거는 조금 트랜슬레이트는 건 조금 어려울 수 있으니까 이해해 주세요. About someone talking about the deletes. Wait, really? Okay, can you send it? Leah, teach me how to use the website because I'm so confused to read. Oh, yeah. No, I can totally teach you out. So basically, here okay, wait. I'm like trying to think about how like. Okay. Wait. I need to like look at my history for a second. Let me look at my history for a second. Let me look at my history for a second. Hold up. 내가 history가 뭐가 있는지 내가 기억 안 나니까. Okay. Okay, we're fine. We're good. Okay, I had to like look at my history. I was like, is there anything I can't show to chat? Okay, so you're gonna be on like the main page, right? And so when you're here, my favorite is Lanja Langwanji Wei Ying Wei Wuxian. So this is the ship from Moda Zishi or the Grandmaster Demonic Cultivation. They're like my OTP, my #1. I have a shrine dedicated to them. 지금 제 영어 차트가 이 웹사이트 어떻게 쓰는지 나한테 물어봤어요. 그래서 제가 지금 어떻게 쓰는지 보여주는 거예요. 제가 오랜만에 이 사이트는 안 썼으니까 조금 기억하지 못했지만 조금은 아직도 아니까 대답할 수 있어요. Hello, how are you doing? Boy Noite, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hikari, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hello, Daylon as well. Let me just translate that real quickly. I found the concept returned. Oh my god, send it, please. I don't know if you can send it in YouTube, so send it in the Discord because that is easy for me to watch. Anyway, so to use archive of our own, where do I post it? Wait, let me look at the Discord real quickly so I can tell you where to post. Oh, can you also put a spoiler tag on it just for people who haven't watched the show yet? If you can put it in show recs. Put it in show recs if you can. You should be able to. Yeah, put it there. I think that's a good place. Okay. I have not found your Ao3. Yeah, I mean like it's fine. I like changed my name because like what I had before was like we're not gonna talk about what my name was before. But it's okay. I was like, I should change it because I feel like you guys are gonna be like, I'm gonna fuck up at one point and you guys are gonna like see my name. So I changed my AO3 like username for this stream. Anyway, so you're here, right? So this is like the main side of AO3. So like, let's say you want to like read like Kpop Demon Hunter, right? Or like you don't know like what it is you want to read. So you can go here to fandoms and you can like look at the different fandoms on like this site. Like for example, like let's just go to like video games, right? Like there's gonna be like a bunch of these kind of like tags. Like let's say for example you want to read like Genshin Impact, right? So you're like, okay, I want to read Genshin Impact fanfiction. You go here and you're like, okay, let's look for Genshin Impact, GGE Genshin. Where is it? Is there a Genshin Impact fanfiction? Dude, I'm gonna fucking cry. Okay, never mind. Wait. Gemstone Gate. What the hell? What the? I see Bodazushi. Yes! I love Bodazushi, bro. I love Bodazushi. Bodazushi is life. Where the hell? Where is it? Dude. I should... Okay, hold up. I have not used this in a hot fucking moment. My pizza. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, even if you can't find it here, you can just look it up here. You can be like, Kpop Demon Hunters, right? I want to read Kpop Demon Hunter fanfiction. You'd be like, oh, here it is. But you're like, oh, what are these? So what you can do is that you're like, I want to read more Kpop Demon Hunters. So you can go over here. This is the fandom, right? And you're like, okay, Kpop Demon Hunters. But you're like, oh, but I don't want to read anything that has, like smut, for example, right? You don't want to read anything that's like, ooh, sex, right? And so what you can do is you can go here to ratings and you can be like, okay, I don't want to read anything that has kind of like, that's NSFW, right? So you can go to like teens and up, might have a little bit. Today I've decided to just look at general audiences. So you can click this and like, let's say that you want to, instead of date updated, you want to read like the super popular ones, right? You can go to kudos. Kudos is basically just like people saying like, oh my God, you did such a good job, yada, yada, yada. So kudos. And Modazushi, who do you think the fandom misunderstands the most? Oh my God. There's so many. Thank you. I will look at it later, Jay. Oh my God, there's so many. Misunderstands the most? Oh my God. Oh, that's so hard. Yo, Marco, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Mine's Jiangcheng. I thought about Jiangcheng too. I think Jiangcheng is extremely misunderstood. But at the same time, I think like somebody else is super understood is like, oh my God, I can't say his name, but it's Jiangcheng. You know, like Lang Wangji's like older brother? Him. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I don't know if you saw the stream yesterday, but I had fun with PGR. I might stream it again in the future. But yeah. Okay, let's see. My face after I hear. What do you mean? What? Lao Shiche. Yeah. There we go. Dude, I'm so sorry. I have like... I have not read fanfiction in a while, but I fucking love Bodazushi. Anyway, so like over here, right? So kudos if you want. Usually I just do like date like updated because I just want to read the latest one. Doing good. I was working. Oh, okay. Maybe next time. Don't worry. Maybe you can catch the next PGR stream. Okay, and then let's say that there's like particular characters you want to read about, right? So you can go here and you're like, oh, I want to read fanfiction about Bobby, for example, right? So you can click that and you can be like, oh, like maybe there's like a relationship. If you only want to read about Bobby, we just like do that. You're like, okay, like maybe there's like a rating that you don't want. You're like, oh, I don't want to read anything mature, I don't read anything explicit, let's just X those out, right? And you're like, maybe like I'm just saying this as an example, right? You're like, oh my God, I hate Celine, I don't want to read anything about her. So you can just be like, no, I don't want to read anything with Celine's tag, right? And you're gonna be like, oh my God, I love crossovers, or like I hate crossovers, right? So you can exclude crossovers here. You can be like, oh my God, I don't want to read anything that has not been completed yet. So you can do complete works only, yada yada yada. And you're like, I don't have a lot of time to like read anything more than like 5,000. So you can put 5,000 here. And then let's say you're like, okay, I can't read anything else except for English. No problem. You go here and then you're like, where's English? Anglais, right? And then you sort filter. Boom. There we go, right? And like that's kind of how you use AO3. Did you get Dante? I didn't! Oh, I see the video. Yeah! So confused, but understand. Yeah, I hope that helps a little bit. I feel like AO3 in the beginning, it looks kind of intimidating, but it's really not that hard to use after you keep on doing it for a while. But I feel like that you can say that with like a lot of different things. Let's start with my story is because I want stuff half the time. That's fair. I think for me, sometimes like, I'm in the mood to read like only certain ships. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my rare pairs sometimes, but like sometimes I'm like really feeling like I'm like I only want to read this ship, or like I only want to read like stuff about like this kind of like character. Like I only want to read like with this like crossover, because I got really into the crossover between like Modazushi and like especially like TGCF, you know what I mean? Like I got really into the crossover between them at some point, so I really wanted to read fanfics of like them together, or like SVSSS, right? So yeah. Happy like PGR. Yeah, it was fun. Did you get Dante? I wish. I only managed to do one pull. I'm still like grinding right now to hopefully get either Dante or Virgil. Oh, and Jet Alpha Wave PGR. Wait, get Alpha Wave. Wait, what's Alpha Wave? We need the 3-hour version of KDB. That's what I'm saying. You need to log in to read it. No, you don't need to log in to read. The only reason why I have an account is to make it easier for me to bookmark things. I'm not gonna show you guys my bookmarks because I looked at them earlier and I can't show that on stream. I cannot show that on stream. My bookmarks will stay private. Thank you very much. I will only show it on stream if I am given $100 right now, and that's it. Not even 100. No, I will only show my bookmarks on stream if I am given $200. Okay, like nothing less than that. I cannot show that shit on stream. Netflix, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, anyway. 제가 지금 얘기하는 거는 어떻게 이 사이트 쓰는지 제가 얘기했어요. 이 사이트는 한국 팬픽션 같은 거 많이 없으니까 다른 사이트가 더 낫다고 생각 들어요. 제가 한국말 읽는 거 엄청 못 읽으니까 제가 원래 영어 사이트 뭐 에어드 같은 거 제가 써요. 제가 다른 사이트보다. 하고 제가 지금 오늘은 뭐 유튜브 치즈직 팟캐스팅 거 트위치에 스트리밍 하니까 제가 약간 저 같은 거는 읽을 못해요. 그래서 지금 그냥 다 보여줄 수 있는 거만 읽는 거야, 오늘은. Okay, so we're gonna be reading this one first, because I want to. Okay, hold on, I need to like cough. Okay. 물 마시고 나서 시작할게. Like, what do you mean? Lucia Crimson Weave and PGR challenge accepted 2 to say more. Nah, you won't do it, bro. Wait, Lucia Crimson. Oh! Dude, if you actually donate 200, I'm gonna lose my fucking marbles. Dude, like, oh my god, no. I was looking at my bookmarks and I was like, mayhaps I fucked myself over. It's okay. Links! Oh my god, I love links. Okay, let's read this one. This is Mystery and Zoe. Wait a second. What do you mean fluff and angst? Stairs. Maybe next time. Yeah. Okay, we're in all moments in canon from Mystery perspective about Zoe. I love this so much. Okay. Dude, I'm fucking tweaking. I need Gamba. It's crazy. Can you not Gamba in anything you have right now? All right, let's look. Okay, I'm just gonna read this. I'm gonna read this out loud, okay? It was a simple mission, really. He sings, dances, charms the humans, feeds on their souls to empower Quima, and then what happens? Gino had made some sort of agreement with Quima, but the rest of them were unaware of the details. They were just meant to follow his command with no second thoughts. Even the name he was given to ascend to the mortal plane, Mystery, was so he can complete his mission without any attachments. The leather has betrayed us. Oh, no, I remember this. The leather has betrayed us. Her voice pulls him out of his thoughts. He noticed then the squeaking, the horrified faces of his fellow demons, and even the humans in the audience. She falls headfirst into the pit of balls, and he puts a hand to his mouth to stop himself from saying the outrageous, instinctive thought that booms inside his head. How cute. I love it already. Oh my god. No, I'm saying for every night, aka March 7th. Oh, that's fair. Okay, wait, that's so cute. Wait, that's so cute! Okay. Oh, but it wasn't that outrageous. Zoe, if he recalls correctly, had been cute before. Oh my god, wait. She was in the audience for the first performance, moving her shoulders up and down even as she tried not to. Perhaps that was her role within the group, to be impossibly cute and defeat demons with her cuteness. It was very possible. Oh my god, wait! That's so cute! Oh my god, wait. He really did fall for her at first sight. That's adorable, oh my god. I really like Fluff, okay? So, she looks up from the pit, annoyed. He smiles. Everything's going according to plan. He really said everything's going to Keikaku! Oh my god. Pushes up glasses. Alright, Mystery can't help but keep smiling as they bow down to each other, mentally taking note of the human limit to bend down. Wait, whoa, what? Why? Suspicious. Interesting. Okay. Then he immediately erases that note from his head as they run to the bathhouse, with the hunters following from behind. As you should! Brother, what do you need? Interesting. Stairs. Okay, interesting. He's still smiling by the time they arrive at the bathhouse. His smile falters for a faint second as Mystery sees the way she looks at Abby. He's jealous! Okay, perhaps she doesn't know it yet, since he's not one to show much skin like the others. But he's so jealous! Ones that he would perfectly let her stare at. Oh, without the snarky remark. He's much the silent type instead. He's really like, why would you look at this bitch when I'm right here? I'm like literally better looking. I would not treat you like crap. I like you, like, what? Look at me. Oh my god, wait, that's actually, that's so cute. That's so cute. Wait. I like it a lot. Okay. His lips pull upward as he sees that annoyed look return to Zoe's face. Her body shifts into a battle position and his heart beats loudly in his chest. Right, she's a hunter. A rather cool hunter, with navy blue, glowing spirit knives, a leather suit, and the silkiest black hair tied into 2 buns. Dropkick. Hello, Goldship. Welcome in. Dropkicking Miss Goldship is very on brand. Hello. We love Zoe and Mystery. That's what I'm saying! Oh my god. Mystery's silently grateful he doesn't have to fight her yet. He admires her graceful movements as she cuts down water demons for a second too long, right before starting to run towards the exit. 안녕하세요. 잘 지내세요? 이거 팬픽션가 영어 거니까 제가 영어는 거의 다 읽었고 나서 제가 한국말 조금 얘기할게요. 근데 영어 진짜 모르면요 저한테 띠야 내가 뭐를 얘기했는지 몰라니까 translate 해주세요. 저렇게 얘기하는 것도 괜찮아요. Phineas is crazy. Hold up. Wait, did you come from my cover, or were you here before? Are you like a new chatter completely? I have to know, because I did a Phineas and Ferb theme song cover, and now I'm curious. But welcome in. Okay. Dude, okay, can we just talk about that one scene where fucking like Zoe had like her hands behind her head and her knives are like fanned out? Oh, it was so good. Both? So wait, you watched me before and you changed your name, or like you're new and you came from the cover? I'm just asking out of curiosity. Okay. Mystery is silently grateful. He doesn't have to fight her yet. He admires her graceful movements as she cuts down her the water demons for a second too long, right before starting to run towards the exit. He really is just like, I need to just look at her just a little bit longer. He's such a shrimp! I support it. Anyway, he runs without looking back and suddenly hears Roman's voice behind him. Where's Jinu? As the Saja boys look back, only to find no trace of their leader that was supposedly running just a tad slower behind them. He's probably holding them up or something. Abby mindlessly supplies, but Mystery holds back from growling in reply. Holding them back meant spending more time in Zoe's presence. There is no way! That's actually crazy! Ferb is crazy. Hello! Are you guys the same person, or do you guys know each other? I wanna know out of curiosity. Before he can give it any more thought, his body is slammed into the ground as they return to the demon realm, forever bound by their sins. Oh man. You know, I'm really curious to know what the sins are of like the rest of the Saja boys, but at the same time, I know that like realistically, we're probably never gonna know. No, you guys are not the same people, or you guys don't even know each other? Interesting, okay. He distracts himself with a circling crowd of demons that soon gather around them, throwing hearts with his fingers until he's forcibly shifted back into his demon form. He dazedly stares at his own hand. Pale purple skin, sharp claws instead of his round human nails. There's a nagging thought in the back of his head. Shit. Perhaps I should have run slurry too. Oh! He was like, I wanna be with Zoe! Okay, that's cute. Oh, we're your brothers? I see. Yes. The brothers. How has summer vacation been for you guys? Honestly, okay, you know how like we haven't really seen the demon form of all the Saja boys, but the thing is, we did get a glimpse of like we got a slight glimpse of everyone's demon form. Dude, Mysteries, I actually love the tusk that he's have. So like 사자보에 저거 디몬 폼가 있잖아요. 이거 사람 폼도 있고 디몬 폼가 있는데 디몬 폼은 진짜 한 번만 봤잖아요. 근데 저 디몬 폼은 미스터리가 저거 터스크가 있는데 진짜 뭐지 멋있다고 생각 들었어요. It is amazing. I'm glad to hear that. What did you guys build anything? Logically, Mystery knows he shouldn't be annoyed. He has no right to. His leader going to see the half-demon hunters is all part of the plan, to exploit her weakness and ultimately drive apart the hunters. He should keep practicing the choreography without a second thought. Okay, but he's still annoyed. He hasn't seen Zoe in a week. He's deprived of Zoe. You know we have some awards soon. Baby's voice is taunting him as he tosses him a water bottle. He easily grabs it, and Baby points behind himself at the transparent windows. No, at the giant advertisement for Huntrix in the building in front. Just so you know. Oh my god. Mambo? Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh wait, is that the other horse? Oh my god, dude, I never know how to say her name. Matikane Tannhauser. I probably did not say that correctly, but hello, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hold on, I need a coffee real quick. Yo, hello, Theo, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Congrats on enough, dude, the temple is crazy. All good today? Yo, I'm glad to hear that. That's good. They are at the awards indeed. Saja boys are announced at this week's winner, but he couldn't care less. He still smiles brightly, directing the finger heart straight at Zoe to see if she gets the hint. She annoyingly claps, looking directly at him, but still completely unaware. No! He's like, please notice me, senpai! And she's just like, bitch. Oh, I feel kind of bad for him. I mean, like, obviously this is not canon, but it would be cute if it was. He takes a mental note. She looks good in blue. I mean, to be honest, I feel like, considering the type of shrimpy character he is in this fanfiction, he would have thought she looked good at anything, like, in all honesty. Next week couldn't have arrived fast enough. Huntress is announced as this week's winner, and he doesn't bat an eye as he claps, unwilling to miss even a second of Zoe's grateful smile, or the smug look in her eyes as she receives the flowers. He takes another mental note. She likes winning. Yeah, she does. We just built nothing today, sorry. Nah, it's okay. You don't have to build anything if you don't want to, if you can't. Honestly, what's really funny about this is that this honestly could have been canon technically, because, you know, we never see his eyes. Because I know some people, like, I think the official artist of the series actually did draw Mystery with his eyes, but I think, like, how do I say this? Like, it was like, I think we only got to see one of his eyes. Looks really good. Daiwa Scarlet is here. Hello, welcome in. Who is Daiwa Scarlet your favorite horse? Or are you Daiwa Scarlet herself? Sleeping the sidewalk isn't as hard as it sounded. Hey, single file, no pushing. Oh, this is a fan sign day. You know, I remember reading this post where people are just like, in order for, you know, the Saja boys to have been like the first in line, they had to like camp out overnight in, you know, the fucking sleeping bags, which is dedication. Not to hate, I guess, but to do all of that, like, damn, they were dedicated if nothing else. I was like, shit. Like, I've like waited like 4 hours in the rain before to see my idols, and like it's hard, I will not lie, but overnight is crazy. 제가 K-팝을 진짜 좋아했을 때 제가 이거 아이돌가 엄청 좋아했어요. 근데 저 아이돌 보고 싶으면 제가 한 4시간 비가 오는데 제가 4시간 정도 제가 길을 갔어. 저 아이돌 너무 보고 싶었으니까. 힘들지만 이 정도는 안 힘들었어. 원래 이거는 완전 저기 자야 되잖아. 밖에 잠 자야 되고 저기 계속 있는 거 얼마나 힘들겠었는데. 그래서 이렇게 진짜 대단하다고 생각 들어요. Okay. Everything else seems to happen in the background. Heartbeat starting to accelerate again. He gets to see her again. It's the Saja boys! As soon as the sleeping blacks slide to the ground, he poses. Oh my god, you know what also reminds me of this? Somebody also said, like, damn, Saja boys really copied Mira. You know how, like, in the very beginning when they're introducing Mira, she did, she was at, like, the Met Gala and she was wearing, like, a sleeping bag there. People were like, damn, they really copied Mira. Crazy. I honestly forgot about that until that post came up, and I was like, damn, yeah, that's right, she did do that. Mystery learned that humans like to see him pose after all those photo shoots with the group, and according to the photographer, this was his best side. It's cute that he made that note. Zoe looks utterly cute as she breaks her pencil in half. Dude, he just finds her cute, period. Honestly, she could probably snapping his arm in half and he would still find her cute. They were supposed to interrupt the signing event with their presence, but sitting next to Huntrix was not in the schedule. Now, he was sure his heart was about to beat itself out of his chest. Every step felt heavy as he walked to Zoe, silently glad that Abby had decided not to sit next to her. Oh, he's still jealous because she kept on looking at his abs. To be fair, they were like out in the open, like they were like flapping in the wind, you know what I mean? Yo, Lily, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Well, hold on, I need like coffee real quickly. Okay. Let's see. Oh my god, wait. Let me drink some water. Alright, you continue. She has her hands on her waist, her voice loud as baby her voice loud at baby as he sits next to her. I am not sitting with no Saja boy. Mystery looks at her just as she turns her head over to him. Their eyes meet and soon Zoe's shoulder hunch as she blesses him with a cute tiny laugh. What's up? Dude, I love that scene so much. She was like, I am not sitting with no Saja boy. What's up? Dude, I was like, damn. She's so real for that, honestly. Okay, today, I'm glad to hear that. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Huh? He was not expecting this reaction from her. Mystery nods, unsure on how to answer. Luckily, she doesn't seem to mind as the first fan arrives at the table. Baby gives him a knowing side eye. He knows! As he finishes drinking his water, Baby's like, I know what you are. I know what you are. You're a shrimp. You're a shrimp. He takes up a pen and offers it to her with a gentle smile on his lips. She takes it from him and Mystery can hear her breath falter when their fingers brush slightly together. Ah, thank you. Honestly, we didn't see their interaction like after that, except for the part where she had like the pen, she hit it on his head because he started like barking at the audience or like whatever. So we don't know. We don't know. Zoe smiles nervously, turning to the fan and listening to their excited words about their music. Mystery stares at her instead, the place where their fingers touched tingling with electricity. That's cute. That's cute. Mike Yanda the Hedgehog. Is it okay if I call you Mike? What's up and what are we doing today? Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We are currently reading Kpop Demon Hunter Fanfiction. Also, all fanfics being read today are supposed to be like, they're general, so they're like for everyone. Nothing that I can't put out on YouTube because I don't want to be banned because I don't know, I read some kind of like dead dove fanfiction or like some shit. Like, yeah. Anyway, so that's what we're doing today. Currently, I'm reading a fanfic where basically it's about like Mystery's POV about like Zoe. It's fine today. Yo, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, wait. Okay, no, I already read this. He wonders if perhaps she can feel it too. This invisible string that pulls him to her even though he's a demon and she's a hunter. This, honestly, their relationship also does kind of remind me of like Rumi and Gino in a sense. But like, I feel like for Rumi and Gino, the reason why they like, I felt that the relationship did work was because they had something kind of in common, right? But I feel like for Zoe and like Mystery, they didn't really have that much in common, but I think it would be like cute. I just think they're cute, honestly. That's really what it is. Damn, 4,000. Okay, Jay. Before the fan can leave, Mystery grabs a pencil and signs his name right next to hers. He's like, the spot next to hers is mine. He watches delighted as her cheeks turn a shade darker and glares at Baby when he grabs a pencil too, but nods once he signs his name all the way in the corner of the poster. Dude, Baby's like, I am not getting in the middle of this. He was just like, no way. Because obviously he has to sign it, but at the same time, like, brother, if it was me, I would have been like, dude, I'm not gonna fuck around with this. I'm stacked. Damn, bro, sheesh. This goes for a couple of fans, getting into a nice rhythm. He's not overly loud as the two pink-haired guys next to him. Not him throwing shade at both Abby and Romance, nor is he allowed to blatantly show interest in her like Gino's doing with the half-demon girl. Damn, he's throwing shade at Gino too. He's just like, I know what you are. I know what you are. But at the same time, I'm also what you are, so I can't say anything. Sampo, yo, congrats on Sampo. But he still feels like he's the one winning every time Zoe looks in his direction, when she thinks he's not looking. Oh my god, he knows. He knows. What do you mean, Boo Sampo? I feel like his character I feel like is extremely misunderstood. I feel like people give him like a lot of flack for like understandable reasons, but at the same time, I feel like they give him like more flack than he deserves sometimes. Mystery can see her shoulders relax as they get into a routine, and she leans slightly into his chest. What? And her cheeks slightly blush every time he brazenly stares right back at her. He could get lost in her eyes forever, and the starry sky painted on her cheeks and delicious cherry colored of her lips. I don't know why, but reading this on stream is like a whole different like feeling, bro. He's a scammer. He's a scammer, but like sometimes he does it for like the benefit of others besides just himself. You know what I mean? And then it happens. Oh my god, it's the part where she like hits him because he's barking, which sounds really weird outside of context, but if you know, you know. A fan comes up and tries to grab Zoe's hand. Oh, honestly, I kind of like what this person did in the sense that like we don't really know why Mystery started barking, but this person's like trying to create like an actual legitimate reason, which would make sense in like his POV. So hats off to the writer. She quickly holds her pencil up, an educated smile on her lips like she has gone through this motion many times before. Thanks for coming. But he can feel his blood boiling before he knows it, he's growling. Damn, bro. Then quite literally barking at the person that dares try to get close to her. He feels a hit to his head. No! Pet Saja boy! Mystery can't help but immediately stop and retreat once he sees a scolding look on Zoe's face. He was only trying to help. No! He's like a kicked puppy! Shisha. Dude, I need to like update the fucking like gacha polls. I'll do it at some point. I keep on telling myself this. I think I've said this like the past like couple months now. It will happen one day, I swear. Zoe's expression softens as she sees the pout on his lips. She touches his hand with the tip of her pencil. His entire body stills. They're just excited, that's all. No need to get so, protective. She blushes as she thinks about another way to describe his behavior. But the moment gets interrupted as another fan soon walks in. How about we just keep going? Yeah, you two should keep going. Oh my god, I was like, dude, that's 100% baby on the sideline being like, these fucking couples. I gotta say, I feel kind of bad for baby in the sense that, like, think about it, right? It's like, we have Mystery Zoe, right? And then we got Baby, and then we got Jinwoo, and then we got Rumi. Like, he is, like, sandwiched in between two couples. And he's just vibing there, you know what I mean? He's just like, I'm just drinking my water, bro. I'm just here. I'm just, like, existing. I was like, damn. He's literally fifth wheeling in that sense. Because I feel like for Miro Mabby, I think is, like, their ship name for, like, Mira Romance and Abby. Like, I feel like that one was a little bit more pushed by like the fans. I didn't really feel that they really had that sort of chemistry compared to Zoe and Mystery. Because Zoe and Mystery, I feel like Zoe consistently had kind of a thing for Mystery, and they did have interactions. But I feel like Mira, the only interaction she really had with both Romance and Abby was the fan sign. It was literally just that like one time, and honestly it's just like arguing, which like, yes, I know like some people are just like, oh, arguing could be a sign of love, Leah, like you don't know that, but like it didn't really look like it. It looks like they were just like playing with her and she was just like pissed, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't know, me personally, I was like, I don't know. I mean, also there was that like one time I believe where like I think it was the bathhouse scene where Abby's just like, that one's always looking at me. Like, no, we're not. I think both Mira and Zoe had like popcorn eyes. So I guess in that sense, she was looking at Abby. But besides that, I didn't feel like there were a lot of interactions between those three in particular. So I would say being stuck between Rumi and Jinwoo and Mystery and Zoe, I feel like is worse than being stuck in between like Mira, Romance, and Abby, and like one of the other two couples. So yeah, that's my personal take. If I had to sit anywhere, I would sit at the end. Actually, for one thing, I would just be like, dude, I do not want to be in between people. But yeah. Okay, Mystery glares at Baby as he shrugs, not bothering to answer Zoe's questioning look. Oh, okay. As another fan comes up, they easily fall back into the motion. Zoe signs, then Mystery signs right next to hers, and in an act of vengeance, he gives the poster back to the fan before Baby can sign it. Wait, I feel bad for the fan though, because the thing is, let's be honest, the fans don't know that like the Hata boys are like actually like demons or anything like that. They just like, they're like, oh my god, it's this idol, and I really like this idol because they're so like cool and they're so like, I don't know, like hot, and they're like, they sing really well and like yada yada yada, you know what I mean? And like imagine like one of your idols just like here, and you're like, oh, but I didn't get the other signature. I'd be low-key kind of pissed. Because imagine, I was like, yes, the first place in line had to wait the entire night. But what about the second place in line? Like, they probably either lined up like super fucking early in the morning or like right after like the Haja boys did. You know what I mean? So like they waited for a freakishly long amount of time. Like, yes, they were there for like a Huntrix signing, so I guess it's not as bad. But like, imagine like you're both a fan of like Huntrix and this Haja boys, and then you weren't able to get Baby's like signature. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I kind of wanted that signature too. size, whatever, it's okay. So yeah. And Zoe innocently laughs, and oh, how his heart starts beating faster. Oh, he's such a shrimp. He wishes this moment could last forever. But of course, things have never really gone his way. Mystery puts the pencil down as the half-demon girl gives applause to Gino and receives the flowers thrown at him with a polite smile. In the meantime, he takes up his chance to steal the pencil that Zoe was using and puts it in his pocket. His smile turns into a real one. Oh my god, wait, also, I don't know if you guys saw like how each one of them kind of accepted the flowers that they were given. It was really interesting because like each one of them had kind of like their own unique way of accepting the flowers. I don't remember how everyone accepted it, but I remember Romance is actually being like really cute, where he got the flower and he put his like hand to his chest and he looked like extremely touched, and then he like accepted it, and then I think he like bowed. That one was really cute. Like, I mean, we all know that like they all threw them away afterwards, but like the act of accepting it, at least in front, was like, that was cute. I don't remember how Mr. accepted it. I think he just like accepted it, you know, mysteriously, because he's mystery, so but like, damn. We also don't know what happened to the pencil, so technically it could be canon. We don't know. He nods at her confused look as he gets up to leave. Once out of the fan's eyes, Mystery throws out the flowers and properly slouches, tired of all the social interaction. No, I'm not gonna lie, I remember seeing that scene and I was like, I know that it's supposed to be like, you know, like they're demons, so like, and they don't really care about everything like that. And it's like through the flowers and they're like slouching and like whatever. But at the same time, like, that's like introverted behavior. Like, like not that throwing away, like throwing away the gifts is like an asshole move. Like if you're throwing away like gifts that people are giving you, like that's like, I don't know about that. Unless you're allergic to flowers. In that case, like, I don't know about throwing it away, but I would be like, I don't want to accept these. Like, cause I'm allergic to like pollen. I have a pollen allergy and I'm also allergic to grass. So like if somebody gave me flowers, I would have been like, oh, haha, thank you, but I'm allergic. No, I don't want to take these. I don't know, maybe I would take them depending on how awkward I feel, but I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep them far away from me. Like if I have these anywhere near me, I'll just like start crying. Cause the thing is with pollen, I start having like my allergic reactions. I start like having a runny nose and I start like coughing and like my eyes tear up and swell. And so like as a result, I just look like I'm crying. So it looks like I'm like crying receiving flowers, but it's not because I'm like so like touched or whatever, or like I'm like sad that you gave me flowers. I'm just like having an allergic reaction. I'm not trying to be like rude or I'm not like super touched or anything. I'm just having an allergic reaction. That's the reason why I'm like crying right now. So can you please not give me flowers? Anyway, so yeah. So like that, like, whatever. Like the slouching part, I was like, damn, imagine you're like, oh yeah. Because I feel like for Kpop idols, that especially makes a lot of sense. Like you just went through like, I don't even know how many people are at that fan site, but it cannot have been like less than 50 people. Like you literally just met 50 people. And like me personally, I could not. Also like Mystery just like, looking at him, low-key he kind of looks like an introvert. I don't know, maybe it's just me reading to things. But I was just like, as a fellow introvert, I completely understand that part. So yeah. Baby stops in his tracks and signals to his pocket. Not throwing that one out. Oh, he's calling him out. Crazy. This time, there's no Zoe to stop him from barking it out. Him barking at Baby is crazy, dude. Honestly, I feel like, what if he would just hit him? Okay. He hasn't seen Zoe in a while. Perhaps it's because he hasn't that he's forced to remember that despite everything, he's still a demon. Guima's voice is stronger than ever inside his head. She walks by his side, a determined look on her face at the Idol Awards. His heartbeat slightly flutters, but he quiets it out. No, it's kind of like how like Gino was also just like, no, I can't be with Rumi. And he was just like, no, I'm not going to. He needs the strength to do what they're about to do. But suddenly, the Sacha boys stopped on their tracks, a single voice resounding in the hall. What's the deal made with Guima, Gino? The world seems to stop and all chaos breaks loose. Oh! Well done. Ready to forget it all? This was not the way Mystery was hoping everything to end, nor the way he was hoping to find out about the deal. However, he should have known it was not going to end well. The fire burning behind his back is a reminder to him and to everyone that they would never be free. In the end, they're mainly a tool for him to feast. Wow, wait, that got really sad really quickly. The audience slowly fills the concert hall. His eyes seem trained to immediately find her at any given moment, in any situation. Zoe looks troubled and dazed, mechanically walking with the rest of the crowd. His heart breaks, but he reassures himself that this is needed. Soon, he won't remember a thing. No quickening heartbeat, no cute human girl, no feelings besides misery. Wait, that sounds horrible! Dude, you're like, damn, I would rather have the quickening heartbeat and the cute human girl than no feelings of misery. Are you sure that this is what you need? I mean, like, yeah, you won't remember a thing, but it sounds like you're gonna be miserable. Damn, that's unfortunate. The music starts and Mystery sings as they rehearsed, a push and pull of his muscles as he dances and a faint thought crosses his head. Zoe was in the audience in his first performance, and now she'll be in his last. Whoa! That's kind of deep, low-key. She's still in his mind once it was his turn to sing. Also, like, I guess, like, one thing that'd be, like, kind of funny to know. I'm kind of interested. This is, like, an afterthought after everything, but, like, I mean, yeah, they're, like, demons and, like, magical and everything like that, but they must have practiced. Like, how often did they practice, like, their number? Because we didn't see, like, the Saja boys through, like, the entire movie and stuff like that, right? So, like, they must have been practicing. Also, like, just thinking about, you know how, like, Gina was just, like, we're gonna, you know how at the very beginning they're like posing or whatever? I wonder if they also practice the pose and stuff. Because like also I feel like it was pretty soon afterwards that like after they posed and everything that they went to the human world and then they just immediately sang Soda Pop. Like I wanna know like who in the group or like where they like got the song from. Like I feel like Jinu might have written it, and the reason why I feel that way is because in the very beginning, I don't know how many people remember, but Gino was saying like the song basically like dissing the fuck out of Guima. He was just like, damn, you're like a hungry ass bitch now, huh? You weak ass motherfucker, right? I loved it, by the way. Anyway, so I feel like because he probably wrote that verse, there's no way anybody else in the demon world would have had like the balls, honestly, to diss Guima, because everyone else was like scared as fuck about Guima, because Guima could just be like that, right? Like one snap of his fingers and gone, perished, right? But Gino was like the only one who like could do that. So I feel like considering the fact that he probably wrote the song, he could probably have written Soda Pop too. Like I wouldn't put it past him, you know what I mean? So how long has he been thinking this up? He's like, yes, I'm gonna be a K-pop idol and this is how I'm gonna get all the fans. I don't know, it's kind of funny to think about in that sense. Also like I kind of wonder, because it looks like the demons do have access to the human world in order to reach souls for Guima. So I wonder if like Gino like went to the human world at some point and he like saw these K-pop idols and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a K-pop idol. Like it's just, I kind of just wonder what his thought process was there. It's just very interesting to me. I know, like, yes, it's like, oh, Leah, it's like, you don't have to think so much about it. Like, it's an animated series. Like, just, like, live in it. But, like, you know, it's just, like, small things like that. I think it would be, like, interesting to add as, like, a detail. Like, even if we don't, like, know it. I think it's just interesting to think about. Anyway, she's still in his mind once it's his turn to sing. No, oh my god, I'm not saying this right now. I'm the only one right now. I will love you more when it all burns down. Also, his voice is way higher than mine, honestly, when it comes to singing, so I'm not singing this part. He sees Zoe slightly smile amongst the days she's under. I remember seeing that, and I was like, yo, the fact she's smiling at his part. Also, I remember somebody like talking about how like that line was actually not, I guess, for Zoe, but it was like it related a lot to Zoe, because like as we saw in like that scene where with like the fake ass doctor and stuff like that, and like in the fight between like her and Mira and like Numi, how like Zoe has like I forgot exactly how they described it, but it was like she's a very big like people pleaser. She's like, she needs to seek validation from other people, you know what I mean? And so she needs somebody to like always be by her side, to like just be there for her. And then this is literally saying how like it doesn't matter if like the world burns, like I will literally always be there for you, which is exactly what she would want, you know what I mean? Or like kind of like what she was searching for what it sounds like. So like, damn, I was like, that's a really, they paid quite a bit of attention to detail in that part, and I really do appreciate that. And his hand aches to reach her. Ooh, within power, within gold. Yeah, you gave me your heart, now I'm here for your soul. Damn, I really wish I was in the same room right now, but I had way too much coffee earlier, and like, yeah, no. His heart breaks when he realizes they can't be together. Unlike him, she has a soul. No! Wait, I wonder how he's gonna react when Ginu gives his soul over to Numi. I feel like that'd be kind of interesting. They're almost done with the performance when the half demon hunter interrupts them. Everyone's gazes are on her, but Mystery can only look at Zoe. He was just like, fuck this girl. Dude, I think the best part about this is that in his POV, he doesn't even remember the other people's names. Like, yes, he remembers the other like Saja boys, but because he's like a fellow demon. But like for the other like demon hunters, he's like, I know Zoe, and like that's it. Like he was just like, who the fuck is this girl? I only know her as like the half demon hunter. Which I also think is a really cool detail that this writer has included. She slowly blinks out of her daze, and amongst everyone, their gazes find each other. Mystery faintly nods, even with the burning fire a thread right behind him. Damn! Okay, bro, you might not have a soul, but you do have a heart. Okay, soon she's walking towards her friends, and he's blessed with hearing Zoe's singing voice one last time. That's true, honestly. Their singing is really good together. I also remember somebody else being just like, oh my god, if Huntrix was an actual girl group, they'd be like canceled as fuck. Because have you seen the fucking line distribution, dude? Oh my god, Rumi got like 90% of the song, and then like the rest of it was like a low-key splice between Mir and Zoe, but like barely. Well, I'm not gonna say like for every single song. For Golden, it was definitely that way. For the other ones, I feel it was a little bit more even. Like Takedown, I would say, was more even, and How It's Done. And that one was a little bit more even in my opinion, especially How It's Done. Yeah. He knew it before, but she was truly a great fighter. Defeating a horde of demons on her own was no easy feat. He was just like, okay. This also reminds me of that one scene in the bathhouse where Rumi was like fighting Jinu for like the first time, and he was like, oh, you're strong. I see a lot of like parallels in that sense. Like they're not the exact same, they don't have the exact same dynamic, obviously, but there are like similarities, especially when I look at it like in this like writer's point of view, in this like fan fiction. Huntrix sings together, blue waves amongst the crowd as the honeymoon gets remade, and they all know they failed, they lost. Their memories are forever intact, forever haunting. He wishes he could be angry about it, more devastated than he must live with his misery until the end of days. Yet, he's mesmerized by Zoe, every second of his days in the human realm, consumed by thoughts of her. Mystery jumps to the attack, if only to fight her at least once before he's bound again for eternity and more. Wait, I don't know, I feel like... Interesting. The fact that he like went to go attack her in this sense, like I know that the author's trying to make it make sense, but yeah, no, Zoe's story definitely was like not going to be a canon thing, considering the fact that he attacked her and she was just like, damn, you really are my type. Bam, dies. Crazy. Wait, I wanted to like talk about something here. The thing about like the memories part, like I'm pretty sure the reason why this author wrote it is so that way it's kind of like to show that he's like similar to like Gino in a sense, or like to create the fact that he's like more human than like an actual demon like the others. But at the same time, it's pretty clear, at least in my point of view, like in the actual Kpop Demon Hunter, that is not the case. Because out of all of the demons that we've seen on the show, only Jinu really seems haunted by his like memories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Everyone else are just like, yes, we live to serve Kuima, num human souls. But like Jinu is just like, I don't really know about that. Honestly, Grima is kind of like an ass. Like, I want to get away from him. Like, everyone else is like scared of Kuima. But it doesn't necessarily have to do with their memories, right? Especially if you think about like those couple of scenes where Rumi was just like, are you also being haunted by Kuima? You know, she was like trying to see if like there's anybody else who had similar feelings as Jinu. But nobody really did. And I think of the Saja boys, I don't know if Jinu has like a demon form per se, because it looked like the form he had where he had the tattoos, that was his demon form. But that's not the case for the other Saja boys. The other Saja boys actually had like a transformation as we saw at the very beginning. Like, yes, they have like three forms. They have like their demon forms, they have like their hotter demon forms where they just have the tats, and then they have like their human forms. And so I feel like they're a little bit different from Jinu in that sense. And I also wonder, like now that I think about it, if like the reason why Jinu doesn't have like a demon form is because he's actually like haunted by the memories that he has and he regrets his past actions. I don't know. I have a lot of theories about Kpop Demon Hunter, so it's very like interesting to think about it this way. He sees Jinu's sacrifice, and a part of him mourns the loss of his leader. Oh, okay, so it's really trying to make him like human in this fanfic, which makes sense, you know, it's supposed to be like a fluffy... Oh, that's why it said fluff and angst. Oh. Damn, so he still dies? Fuck. Okay, whatever. In another life, perhaps he would have been his friend. Ooh, the other part of him, however, has been tainted by an ugly jealousy. Oh, how Mystery wishes he could have done the same. But, I mean, like, what is necessarily stopping him? You know, like, just saying. Anyway. But at the same time, I feel like he didn't spend enough time with Zoe. Like, I know, like, realistically, this is not true, but, like, it's nice to dream. You know, that's the reason why we read fanfiction, we write fanfiction. But he is not Jinu. And he may be head over heels for Zoe, but she's not for him. Okay, Realistic. He sees Klima's eternally burning fire be finally cut into by the half-demon hunter, and he guesses he truly has become a demon, as his first thought is to launch himself against Zoe, so at the very least he can die by her hands. Damn! Wait, that's depressing, but also, like, I feel like I have seen this trope a couple of times in, like, other... not even just fanfics, and, like, stories in general. I'm trying to think like where I might have seen this before, but I can't really think about like a particular thing right now. We're like, oh, you know, if I'm gonna die, I'd rather die by like your hands than anybody else's. Oh god, I can't think of one right now, but I know that there's definitely something I've read with like a similar-ish trope. And I was like, you fucker! How dare you make him make that decision? That's fucked up. Wait, I definitely... God, no, I feel like I had this reaction recently too. Where the hell was it? Oh my god. I don't know. Maybe I'll like talk about it later if I remember, but Mystery thought that, but he didn't expect it to be punched so fast. He was like, damn girl, okay. He hears her gasp and oh no, she has seen his face. Mystery had expected to see disgust on her face, but instead her eyes lit up and her cheeks blushed as she blurted out, "You're just my type." For a second, he dares to think that this is not how he dies. Oh, buddy. That thought immediately quiets as she fixes her hold on her knife and slashes his throat. Oh well. Dude, I love that scene so much. She's like, damn, he's hot. But I got a job to do. Honestly, yes. He smiles as his existence quickly vanishes, and the last thing he sees is Zoe's smug face illuminated by the glowing blue of her kunai. He remembers his mental notes, and he almost wants to laugh at how accurate they are. Well, Zoe looks great in blue, and she likes winning after all. Oh! Wait, I like how they added those details, like, previously, and they bring it back in the end. Honestly, this is a pretty good written fanfiction. I like it, I like it. Wait, who was the author again? The author was Cat Uni Creating. They did a good job. I wonder if they have anything else. Oh my god! Wait, they've written so many Genshin Impact ones. I fuck with it. Oh. I can't read that one. I saw like the E or the M tag and I was like, oh, no, I can't read that. I can't read that on stream. Maybe perhaps later, but not on stream. Anyway. Alright, next is the Bobby one. So, not a stepdad, but a dad that stepped up. Okay, let's see. Bobby loves his job and loves his girls. He witnessed their growth and troubles over the years, and while he can't eliminate all their stressors, he does his best to take care of them. AKA, Bobby met Rumi years ago and immediately thought, is there no one else going to parent this child? Finders keepers, and proceeded to do that 2 more times. So, cause like what we know is that I'm trying to think, Huntrix had been like an active girl group for like what, 2-3 years, something like that. So that's probably when they first met Bobby, because it doesn't sound like they ever had a manager before him. So I would maybe even with like training and stuff, they might have had him like even like a year before that. So he's probably known them in the series for like 3-ish years. I would say like 3-4-ish years is a pretty good like, yeah, about that much. Damn, 507 bookmarks. Okay, I mean, this is a really cute looking fanfiction, so. Notes. I love reading their notes, by the way. I think, okay, there are a couple of different things I love about Ao3, besides just, like, the platform itself, and, like, how many amazing fanfics it has. The other things I also really like about Ao3 are the fucking tags, bro. Oh my god. If you were there during the fuck-ass Wang Xian, like, fanfic thing, holy crap. I know that there's a website that had like every single tag and that fuck ass fan fiction, and like oh god, I think it like randomly gave you like a couple of tags from like the actual fanfic, and I actually did read that fanfic before it got taken down, and it was like, dude, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, like I don't mean any shade towards like the reader or like the writer. Well, besides the tags like they definitely should not have done that. But like the writing, I thought the writing was okay, but I didn't love some of the stories that I read in there from what I remembered. I don't know. I felt really confused because it felt like sometimes that they were like, it was a continuing story and sometimes it wasn't. And like, I don't know. I don't remember it too well, but like it was an experience, bro, just seeing that. It was everywhere. I would fucking refresh the page. It was still there. And I was like, what the fuck? I was wondering about other Wang Xian fanfictions. Please. Anyway. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'm gonna go like get some more water. So I'll be right back. Try BRB. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I took a little longer because I wanted to see the thing that Jay posted. What the fuck? I feel like I might have seen like part of that, but I don't think I actually like looked at like everything. It was like cut off from me at least because I saw it on Twitter. I didn't see like the last couple panels. Dude, what? That's actually fucking crazy. That's actually fucking crazy. Dude, that means like all of my thoughts were wrong because I was just like, dude, did like Celine kill like because I thought maybe like Celine killed like Rumi's dad and that like I don't know something happened and like her mom died as a result. Also, like I guess what I'm a little confused about is like, okay, so now we know it's kind of been like semi-confirmed that Celine killed Rumi's mom, right? And but the thing is, we always know that like for the hunters there's always 3 of them. It's always a trio. So I guess my question is like, where the fuck is the last one? Like we haven't not seen like where he is yet. So I don't know, very interesting. I'm amazed that this movie has gripped my brain so firmly that I've written a fanfic for the first time in years. I hope I'm too resting y'all enjoy. This is me for real, for real. I'm still writing my fanfic right now. Ah, oh, man. I have a lot of things I need to do, so I'll get to it at some point. Bobby loved his job. Even though the stress, the sudden creative changes, near rapid fans, and fast-paced scheduling, he loved it. Dude, this reminds me of like the, oh my god, what was it? When they were trying to like, it was like their first time performing Golden, and I think like Rumi like, she like ran away, right? Dude, Bobby was stressing. Also, good night, Jay. Hope you sleep well. Good night. Thank you so much for staying for as long as you have, and I will be great sleep. There was the heart-pounding exhilaration of a show, a sense of accomplishment, the joy of being part of something so special. Then there were his girls. Numi, Mira, and Zoe would probably make him go gray early, considering how much they went off script. But they were the reason he loved his work so much. The look on their faces when riding on that post-concert high made all the effort worth it. Sarah, how are you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. Yes, Ginu! Oh my god, yes. Dude, I like fixed my shout-out thing recently, so now it should automatically shout people out who I have like special-ass stuff for. I read a Zoe and Mystery fanfiction. Dude, it was so cute. I'm currently reading a fanfiction about Bobby, and it's so cute! Ah! Also, wait, oh my god, Sarah, I have like, there's like this one, whatchamacallit, apparently there's like these storyboard things, which basically, said, wait, Sarah, you watched the show, right? I think you watched it. Hold on. Let me just forward this to you now before like I freaking forget, but like, holy crap, bro. Holy crap. It's like actually crazy. It's actually crazy, dude. Anyway, all right. He admired Mira's cool confidence and was close enough to see how much she cared. Being able to see that side of her made Bobby consider himself lucky. Zoe was an Energizer bunny. Stares. Scratch his head, considering the fact that my chat's called Energizer, but you guys are hamsters, I just want to make this very clear, who could hype anyone up, and her joy was infectious. He'd grown accustomed to receiving memes or cute animal pictures from her at all hours of the day. She really would. That is very on brand for her. Rumi was an ideal idol. Polite, charismatic, compassionate, experienced, and a natural-born leader. Any manager would jump at the chance to work with her, and yet she was the one who worried Bobby the most at times. I can definitely see that. Send it. Yep, I've seen Demon Hunter. Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember, because you did the watch along. What the fuck am I saying, dude? I don't know why. My brain was just like, yes, you decided to see it at a later time, but I couldn't remember what the later time was. And then when you said you watched it, I was like, yeah, no, you did do a watch along. What the fuck am I saying? You said it. You literally told me. Okay, anyway. Rumi redefined what it meant to be a workaholic. Oh. While other managers had to deal with their clients dragging their feet and letting hiatuses stretch too long, Bobby had almost to beg her to take a break. I'm thinking about that time where after like their concert, he was just like, oh, I booked you guys like spa treatments or whatever, and then they also were like, no. And then Rumi's like, yes, let's release Golden now. Like, how long were they on break for? Like, what, they were on break for basically a couple hours, bro, which is crazy. Mira and Zoe had a similar drive, a true passion for their work, but Rumi took it a step further. A part of him wonders if she would even know what to do if she had free time. Damn! So he did what he could. He ensured that his girls were reminded to eat and drink, focused on the positives, and did everything possible to make things smoother for them. He wasn't that much older than them. What? Is he not? I feel like he's a decent amount older, no? Like, I feel like Bobby would probably be in his, like, maybe, like, early to mid-30s, I would say. Maybe younger than that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was. And I feel like the girls would probably be, like, early to mid like 20s. I feel like he would have like at least like either like 10 years to like a decade on them. I don't know. That's like my personal take on it. But let's see. Mir and Zoe had a similar drive, a true passion for their work, but Rumi took it a step further. Oh wait, no, I already read this. So he did what he could. He ensured that his girls were reminded to. No, I already read this. Where the fuck am I? Oh, there we go. His joints debated that fact. And it wasn't like he was their father. His heart debated that fact. Yeah! But still, they were his girls, and he felt protected of them. It's one of the main reasons he became their full-time manager, even though he's only getting paid 3%. That's a lot, though, if you think about it. Considering, like, I remember somebody saying, like, yeah, he only gets paid 3%. But, like, it's pretty clear that they take pretty good care of him in the sense that, like, you know, they gave him, like, the spa treatment thing. They're like, oh, you should take it. And on top of that, they're, like, world famous. Well, maybe not world famous, but, like, extremely famous idols. They've, like, won multiple awards like that and stuff like that, you know? Like, they sold out concert stadiums and everything. And they have a lot of, like, appearances. So I wouldn't be surprised if actually the 3% ended up being a lot. 안녕하세요, 잘 지냈어요? Hi, Ranger. How are you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. 네, 잘 하는 거예요. 지금 제가 팬픽션을 읽었지만 이 팬픽션 다 영어가 적어놨으니까 약간 한국말 설명하는 거 조금 힘들 수 있어요. 그래서 혹시 영어 모르면요 저한테 트랜슬레이트 하라고 물어보면 괜찮아요. 잘 지내있어요? 다행이네요. 두리안 안녕. How are you? 잘 지냈어? I'm doing well. How's Leah? I'm doing pretty good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I was like freakishly tired today. I slept beyond late. Oh god, it was bad. Yeah. Anyway, I was like before stream. I was like, damn, I'm tired as fuck. But I've held off of doing this stream like 3 times already. So I was like, I'm doing this today. 네, 맞습니다. 제가 트위치 채널도 있어요. 제가 트위치도 있고 유튜브 있고 트위치, 유튜브, 투캐스팅과 치즈직에 저 4가지 다 채널가 있어요. 그래서 혹시 트위치에 팔로우하고 싶으면 저기에도 괜찮아요. 네, hope you get plenty of rest next time. Yeah, thank you, Ranger. Alright, wait. When he was young, he loved the Sunlight Sisters. So that was like the group before Huntrix. And even chased dreams of being a K-pop idol himself. I could see that for him, honestly. It wasn't in the cards for him. Pure passion can only take you so far. Oh, damn, that's kind of like, that's sad, but at the same time, it's kind of true. Even though it didn't turn how he hoped, it's something he never regrets. 안녕하세요. 치즈게 나왔어요. 팔로우하는 거 고마워요. 요거도 괜찮네요. 혹시 wait, are you fluent in English? Wait, that's crazy. I feel like I don't find a lot of people on like Jijik who are like really, really fluent in English. I mean, your name is you're Korean American. Oh, bro, my B. I didn't know. Okay, I don't know. 90% of the time I see somebody from Jijik, they're like full Korean, like from Korea. You know what I mean? So I was like, dude, I don't know. You said you're from Arizona, so okay, that makes sense. Hello. I'm also, well, technically I'm Korean Canadian, but I'm mainly Korean American, so that's why like I speak both Korean and English, but my Korean is interesting at times. So 제가 한국말, 영어 둘 다 할 수 있지만 제가 가끔 한국말 잘 못할 수 있으니까 이해해 주세요. Let's see. Okay. He made some fond memories, and it gave him a brief yet intense look into the life of idols. More specifically, how crushing the work could be. He had seen groups being made or broken by who their manager was. True. We have literally seen that right now. I'm not gonna name names, but there are multiple, like, not even just in the K-pop scene. There's just like musicians. Or like not even just musicians actually, just like in the entertainment sphere where like the manager really can make or break a lot of people. Like, because the idols or the singers, like the actors, or just like, you know, the entertainer could be extremely talented, right? But their managers are just ass. They take advantage of them and everything. Like, it's terrible. But yeah, not all of them, but more than he liked, saw their singers as investments or props, working them over with little leeway. True. It produced bands that shot up in rankings, those that seemed never to stop touring or promoting. But those are the ones who made it. The bands that were run ragged until they fell apart were forgotten about as soon as the next big thing came along. Those are the bands that lingered in his mind. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. With social media and the anonymity of the internet, it was easy to forget that those singers were people pursuing their passion rather than some musical robots. So true, dude. It's like crazy to me because as somebody who like really has liked K-pop a lot for like a really long time, dude, there were so many. It's like it's crazy to me how they're like fans are just like, oh my god, I haven't seen like my idols in such a long time, but they're also just like, oh, but get up. Like I hope they like go on break soon because they deserve it. I'm just like, so do you want them to go on break or like not? Because they're like complaining about them being on break, but you're also telling them they should go on break. So it's like, bro, like make up your mind. Anyway, so you're writing an essay right now? No. Oh, so basically this is like fan fiction. So I really like this show called Kpop Demon Hunters. I don't know if you've heard about it. And for Kpop Demon Hunters, I'm currently reading fan fiction from this site called AO3 or Archive of Our Own. Archive of Our Own. I will remember the name fully one day, but yeah. And so this is a fan fiction about like one of the characters in particular named Bobby. So he was like the manager. Also, I do want to say spoiler tag for people who have not watched Kpop Demon Hunters. If you haven't watched it, totally understand if you like oh, maybe I'll watch it. I'll watch the VOD after I watch the show. So that makes a lot of sense. All right, hold on, I need to drink some water. Oh wait, I also realized, is it okay if I call you Joe? Or would you prefer for me to call you something else? I could also call you Arizona, but like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, when I think of Arizona, I always think of like Arizona iced tea. Like Joe? Alright, cool. I'll call you Joe in that case. Okay, there we go. Alright. I don't know, I was like Arizona iced tea? Okay, if he couldn't be on stage, Bobby wanted to do better. If he couldn't be on stage himself, then he wanted to be the person who helped someone else get up there. Honestly, yeah. I feel like Bobby would be that type of person. He retired, was accepted to a university right out of high school. Okay, earned his bachelor's degree in communication, and later earned his master's degree in music business. Whoa, wait, they gave him quite a bit of a background. I don't think any of this is canon as far as I know. He was on top of his class, but that didn't matter to him with the diploma in his hands. So true! Who cares? No one cares. I promise you guys. Ice-T Grand Canyon Desert. On God! Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I am so crap at geography that for a split second I was like, is the Grand Canyon in Arizona? Let's not talk about it. Oh, also, if you guys want ad-free viewing, I know you guys are in an ad, but if you guys want ad-free viewing, I do have 2 platforms with 0 ads. One of them is YouTube, and the other one is this other platform called Twitcasting. Yeah. But both Chijijik and Chijijik and Twitch do both have ads. So if you want ad-free viewing experience, YouTube, Twitcasting, those are the best. YouTube might have ads in the future once I become like a full YouTube partner. But Twitcasting will 100% forever stay ad-free. The only catch with Twitcasting is that every like half an hour or so you have to refresh because it ends my stream and then starts a new one. It's really weird. I don't know how to explain it, but like that's how Twitcasting works. So Sunlight Studios, ayo. Reminds me of Sunright, dude. He had managed to intern with Sunlight Studios while still a student, which got his foot into the door to join as an actual staff member once he graduated. We love those internships. Hold on, I need to call. It's where he first met Celine, and Bobby is proud of the fact that he played it cool the first time he met one of his longtime idols. That's true, because he was a huge fan of the Sunlight Sisters or something like that. He did not, in fact, play it cool. He hadn't expected to meet her and bowed so suddenly that he smacked his head on the corner of his desk. No, wait, that must hurt like a bitch. Damn, bro. Taco Bell ad just popped up. Yo, wait, is it like the midnight Taco Bell ad thing? I'm not gonna lie. Okay, this might be a hot take for some people, okay? But I like what I like. Don't yuck other people's yum. I love Taco Bell. When I was like, oh my god, when I was an undergrad, when I was living by myself, I should say, actually, dude, god, we're not gonna talk about how much Taco Bell I consumed. What should I eat for dinner? Ooh, what are you feeling? Did you eat? Yeah, I already ate. I had jjajangmyeon today, actually. I had jjajangmyeon and like 탕수육, but instead of souk, I got like what was it? I had like 탕수육, but I had it as like beef. God, I can't remember what exactly it was called. I remember like the beef version of it. It was so good, actually. That was like the first time I had 탕수육, but beef, because we like wanted to try something different. It was so good. Wait, really? You jjampong today? Wait, that's crazy. Okay, wait. So do you prefer jjampong over jjajangmyeon? I'm a jjajangmyeon person. I prefer jjajangmyeon over jjampong, but jjampong is pretty good too. Did you have 탕수육 or did you have like just like jjampong? Actually, I think my family and I we like kind of wanted gampungi, but I don't think they had it. So like jjajangmyeon? Oh, but you had like jjampong today. Just jjampong. Okay. Yes, jjajangmyeon. I love jjajangmyeon. Okay, wait. Also, important question. First of all, if you eat 탕수육, because I know some people don't like fried food, which is understandable. Do you pour or do you dip? I have to ask every single Korean person, okay? I feel like this when you meet a Korean person, there's just a couple of questions that you ask. You know what I mean? Do you pour? Do you dip? Do you prefer jjajangmyeon? Do you prefer jjampong? Let's go jjajangmyeon. Jjajangmyeon. I love jjajangmyeon, bro. I love jjajangmyeon. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I love jjajangmyeon. All right. Wait, I got so off track. Okay, anyway. Damn, that must hurt like a bitch, bro. If you hit your head on like a corner of a desk, it also depends on like if the corner of the desk was like pointy or not. Because sometimes the corner of the desk can be like rounded too, so it's a little bit better. You dip it. Correct answer. You dip. You do not pour. Why would you pour? It's gonna get soggy. The great part about 탕수육 is how crispy it is. Why the fuck would you pour? It creates a mess. You can't save the sauce. It gets soggy. You know, dipping is 1000% the way to go. And I know some people just like, but Leah, like then your 침 들어갔잖아. For some reason I can only think of it in Korea. But like your spit gets into like the sauce. You know what I mean? Wait, Jonathan, hello. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, bro. They're like, oh, but your spit gets in the sauce and like you're dipping it. Bitch, then have separate serving plates, dude. Oh my god. Just have like a little spoon, take some of the sauce, put it in your fucking bowl, and then dip it in the bowl. It's not that hard. Like, use your head. Anyway, I'm sorry. I get so pressed when I talk about a dip. It's like, I think there is a correct answer and it is dip, okay? I will fight people on this. I don't think I have met a person who has said pour yet, but the day I meet somebody who says pour, I will educate them. I'm not a hater. I just want to spread the mantra of dipping versus pouring, and it should be dip, okay? I feel very strongly about this. Anyway, okay. Because I agree, you know, if you're not with family and stuff, if you're like double dipping, that shit is disgusting. But like, dude, just get another dish. Like, they're not gonna be like, no, you can't have another dish. I personally have not gone to like a restaurant that has said like no outright, so I'm just like, okay, like whatever in that case. Just saying. Okay, sorry. Something I feel very strongly about. Okay, there was the admiration that swelled his chest every time he got to work with her. He kept up the news after the Sunlight Sisters' sudden and unfortunate disbandment. I still wonder what the fuck happened to the third person, you know what I mean? He had seen pictures of her and her ward, adoptive daughter. Bobby couldn't imagine caring for a child from such a young age and not seeing her as her own. That was one of the reasons he was surprised when he first saw Celine's office. Oh? It was clinical, which he expected from the executive's cool and polite demeanor. You know, that makes sense. You know, you want to keep it very professional. The wards on the wall and the nameplate on the desk were the only indicators of whose office it was. Bobby didn't know what he was expecting, but the absence struck out to him. I agree! Not having one single photo? Suspicious. Whenever he looked at the cubicle of a coworker or the office of a boss, one thing he would always be able to tell about them was whether they had kids or not. A photo on the desk, a pinned report card, or a clumsily made craft that was displayed like an heirloom. Yes! And here, though, there was nothing. Oh, that's kind of sad. Because, like, we don't know anything. Well, not anything. We don't know a lot about Rumi's childhood, except for the fact that, like, Celine kind of put her through some brutal-ass training. I feel like that was pretty fucking obvious. But, like, really? You don't have one picture? Really? Not even one? And it's like, it was shown from the very beginning that it was very well known that Celine took care of Rumi, like, because we saw Rumi and Celine like together at like these like fucking photo shoots and these galas or like whatever, like on the red carpet and shit like that. So everyone knew, and so it's not like she's like trying to keep it hidden for like the child's sake or whatever. Like she was out in public already, like bro, like have her fucking picture on the desk. Like, and the fact that like there's no way like a child would not want to have like make something for somebody that she saw as like a mother figure. You know what I mean? Like suspicious. I mean, obviously we don't know if this is canon. What we've seen from the show, I wouldn't be surprised if it was canon. I feel like Bobby's throwing shade, and I feel like he should. Anyway. He couldn't linger on it for long because Celine had gotten the file she needed. He shrugged it off. She must like to keep her personal and professional life separate. I guess so, but it's also your private office. Oh, whatever. Still, it was a thought that itched in the back of his mind at times when he would talk with Celine. The only rare times she mentioned Rumi were when there was a discussion on her future career. Damn! Wow, that's sad. I kind of would rather if she didn't mention her at all in that case, because then it's just like, oh, I'm trying to keep her safe, not put her in like the limelight, yada yada yada. You know, in that case, I'm like, okay, that's understandable. But like, only about her future career. If it's something that Rumi like really did want, and she was like actively trying for it, and she was like there in the office, and they were like collaborating, like not collabing, but like collaborating, I guess. Then I would be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's something that Rumi actually wants to do. But it sounds like Celine was kind of just making decisions for Rumi, which is a ick. Like, no, that's a child. Let her live her life, bro. Like, yeah, she's like one of the hunters, blah 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 blah. But like, let the child speak too, bro. Anyway. Reminded Bobby of the managers he had seen before, but he would quickly shake off these thoughts. No, you're right, Bobby. You're right. Celine had consistently shown compassion to the young artists that the studios employed, but not Rumi. She never griped about paying workers a living wage and was polite to everyone, even the interns and janitorial staff. Just because you're polite doesn't mean you're like there's a difference between kind and nice, you know what I mean? I definitely not live by that, but like it's definitely a thing. And like I can't exactly tell you which one's which, but just because you're kind doesn't mean you're nice. And just because you're nice doesn't mean you're kind. They're slightly different. You can be both. You can also be neither. But just because you're one doesn't mean you're automatically the other. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, when she talked about Rumi, it was never cold, just brief. Bobby did his best to ignore the feeling. He shouldn't judge her just because she didn't wear her heart on her sleeve like he did. True. It was only after working with Celine for a couple of years that he met Rumi in person. Neither club. What do you mean, not kind or nice? But you're both male. Also, hi male, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Selena had called him over to her office, mentioning another job for him, and he noticed the bright lilac braid through the window before he entered. I was like, the what? I forget that Rumi's hair is a bright lilac color. He didn't need an introduction. Celine didn't have any pictures of her up, but the two of them had made several public appearances over the years, and the teenager distinctly looked like her birth mother. Yes. I was like, wait, did her mother also have lilac hair, or is that like a thing from her father? I can't remember. Rumi, this is Bobby. He works with most of our new performers, and you'll be shadowing him. It's important for you to familiarize yourself with the environment while we find appropriate bandmates for you. Kpop Demon Hunter Fanfiction? Yes! Hello, Sinok! How are you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. Currently, I'm reading a fanfiction about... You guys didn't say that. Why now? Hello? Whatever, fucking hell. Okay, I was reading a fanfiction about like Bobby and like if he, you know, found Rumi earlier and like Mira and Zoe like earlier, so he could like actually take care of them, right? Instead of just like, I don't know, sending them out into like the deep waters of the K-pop world, just like fucked up, like high key. Trib, yo, how are you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. God, I needed water. Okay. Alright, let's keep on reading. Bobby was slightly thrown off since he hadn't been given much of a heads up, but he recalls a few weeks prior when Celine had asked him about his thoughts on shadowing. Okay. He figured it was about university students or interns. Rumi seemed to have been caught as unaware as he was, head jerking slightly to look at Celine. But I thought I was shadowing you today. By the way, I got a new addiction. Which one? I became a mommy enjoyer. What do you mean a mommy enjoyer? Hold up. Who? What is this? This is Kpop Demon Hunter Fanfiction. So again, I do want to emphasize for especially people who just came into chat, if you have not seen Kpop Demon Hunters before and you don't want any spoilers, I do suggest watching this stream because the VOD will continue to stay up after you have watched Kpop Demon Hunters. If you don't care about spoilers, feel free to stick around. Is a booba addiction? It has finally come for me. Oh, boy. Wait, is there like a... Okay, if you're a mommy enjoyer, which character is it? I feel like there's quite a few characters you could call mommy. Always an honor to see my Prince Shalia. Yeah, I'm using the Shalia model. Why am I calling it Shalia? The Prince model today. Okay, I'm out. Sorry. Yeah, no. no, completely understandable, man. I also I wanted to make sure that people knew that. I'm glad to see you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day / night. Bye bye, and I hope when you do see Kpop Demon Hunters, you you know, have a great time. All right. Sorry. Okay, the disappointment was clear on the teen's face. Celine, on the other hand, was much harder to read. Ooh. Rumi, all I'm going to be doing is paperwork and conference calls. You aren't looking to run a studio, but be in one. For that, Bobby would be your best bet. I mean, true, but at the same time, like, couldn't she have spoken a little bit nicer? By mommy enjoy, I mean it, by mommy enjoy, I mean every mommy that's ever existed. I see. You know what? That does make sense for you. I can see that for you. Shlee is wild. What do you mean? Also, hi Spring Bean, how you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. The line from Lion King 2. What? Okay, actually, I've never seen Lion King 2. I don't even think I've seen Lion King, like the first original one. I think I've seen like clips of it, but I don't think I've actually like seen the movie itself. Yeah, I don't think I have. I'm not actually okay. I have not seen a lot of movies, period. What about 1.5? What do you mean 1.5? Huh? What fanfic is this? This is a fanfic about Bobby meeting and like Loki adopting all the girls like earlier than canon. At least from like what we can kind of decipher from canon. Lion King 1.5 is an experience. Do you mean like the theater version? Like, I think there was like a live theater version of Lion King, right? Yeah, we have 1, then 1.5, then 2, then 3, then the show. What? Wait, actually? Dude, I don't know anything. So like you can be telling me that there's like 10 fucking Lion Kings and I'd have to fucking believe you. Because I legitimately don't. There's literally a 1.5? Really? Wait, hold on. Let me look this up. Hold up. Lion King 1.5. What? 1.5? What the huh? This is in 2004. What the fuck? Is it spicy fanfic or cutesy fanfic? Cute. Okay, I want to be very clear as well. We are not reading any spicy fanfics today because I don't want to be bonked off of YouTube, okay? I did make a promise to chat, however, $200 at, I don't know, some point in time. I'll probably put like a deadline date on it. Or I'll add that to like my donathon goals at some point. But $200 and I'll show my show my Ao3 reading on my bookmark list. I don't know what it looks like, but I did look at some of it and I was like, oh, I cannot show this. Like I looked at it and I was like, that's kind of crazy. Anyway, I did not know there's a Lion King 1.5. That's crazy. By the way, give up on action. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Who are your current fictional girlfriends on a demonetization side? What do you mean, dude? I wouldn't only be demonetized. I might actually be fucking banned, bro. Things are going down in the Lion King 1.5 back in 2004, yeah. What exactly is it about? All I see is like the, God, what the fuck was he called? I don't even know, the 2 animals. Yeah, I got 25 right now. 25? 25 what? Oh, 25, like, fictional girlfriends. I'm going straight to 100. Damn, bro. Try to build a harem. Crazy. All right, hold on. Let me drink some water and I'll keep on reading this. Also, I mentioned this a little bit earlier. I am feeling a little bit more tired today because I slept so fucking late. And I do have some paperwork that I low-key forgot about that I have due tomorrow. So I might be ending stream a little bit earlier than I originally was planning to, so. And I'm doing a lot of reading today, so. Alright. Oh, okay. Thank you then, Celine. All them lions look the same to me. I have no clue whose father is who and what some lions might be siblings or cousins and married. I mean, they're lions, so. By the way, right now is basically the morning. For you? Oh. Well, yeah, technically it's the morning. Yeah, what if I follows Pumbaa and Timon? Yeah, there we go. Before they meet Simba, I think. Oh, that's a good watch. Ooh, okay. I'll think about it. The name felt like an oddly distant address, considering that the old woman had raised Rumi since she was an infant. While not expecting her to call her mom, Bobby had expected maybe Aunt Celine or something to that effect. He cut through the awkward silence that followed. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I don't know, it feels very distant. They just, like, listening to their interaction, in this fanfiction, I mean, it feels very distant. It's fantastic to finally It's fantastic to finally get to meet you, Rumi. I've heard a lot of good things about you. I hope I can make your time here enjoyable. At the compliment, the teen perked up and glanced at Celine. Nice to meet you too, Mr. Bobby. That was the first day she had shadowed him, but not the last. At first, Rumi was rather uptight. Not in a mean way. It was more so that she acted like a mini Celine, albeit a bit more awkward and a lanky version of her. I mean, she is a teen. It reminded him of when the idols interacted with the public. Polite, charismatic, yet quiet. Simba married Nala, who was either his cousin or sister, because the only two male lines showed are Simba's father and uncle. Oh, I don't want to think about that. Okay, I mean, you know what? They are animals. It's not like they, like, have that thing. But, like, I guess, like, they have, like, that quote-unquote, like, I don't really know how else to call it but a dilemma, so, yeah. Don't smile like that, bro. What the? It wasn't long before he started to see her relax a bit around him, though. Not much, but enough that he saw her getting excited one of the studio's more popular bands dropped by, or how her eyes focused in on a dessert platter that was put in one of the staff rooms, or how she would stare at the performers' practices and subtly mime some of the choreography or tap her fingers to the beat. Thank you for the hydrate! Your bones are wet. What do you mean my bones are wet? What does that even mean, bro? You're not manually breathing. Joke's on you, I'm not. She reminded him of his younger cousins. She reminded him of she reminded him of himself. And driving a parkway and parking a driveway. What? Are you trying to, like, read my future or some shit? Is this you, like, reading my future? Bobby thought of those he looked up to as a teenager. The things he wished people had told him back then, and tried to emulate that. He grew accustomed to his little lilac shadow and took his responsibilities very seriously. That's so cute. However, while Bobby noticed her coming out of her shell more, he also noticed some more concerning things. Despite being in the spotlight since birth, and with the obvious talent he had seen in her craft, Rumi didn't seem to have the highest self-esteem. She was incredibly humble, especially for a teenager. Whenever she was complimented, she would either downplay it or turn the conversation around to the other person's skills. The only time she seemed to take up any space was when she was practicing. Many of the groups in the studio had taken a liking to her, so Rumi found herself being used as a backup dancer or background vocalist in performances. She was a completely different person when she got into her zone. Being humble was not a bad thing, but Rumi would never take credit for her accomplishments. Oh, she would apologize for the slightest inconvenience. She would wait until the refreshment table was picked over before allowing herself to get anything. It was little things like that. No! I see that you were not actually bald, but in a few decades you would purchase a bald cap. Why would I purchase a bald cap? I'm not that lucky in Wuwa because I didn't get any 5-star in the past 2 days. What do you, bro? Okay, to tell you how shit my Wuwa luck is, there has not been a single time in Wuwa where I got early or I won my 50-50. I've lost every single 50-50 ever in Wuwa, and on top of that, I've gone to hard pity every single time. And it's not even like I went to hard pity, I lost a 50-50, and then I got early. No. I'm taking hard pity, lost a 50-50, hard pity to get the character that I wanted. It was hell. Which is also the reason why, like, low-key, I don't want to play Wuwa. Look. When we were over 40, I would donate $200 for you to buy a ball cap. You're so fucked up for that, bro. Why a bald cap? Whatever. Which weren't an extreme concern on their own. It didn't mean anything nefarious. Many teenagers struggle with self-esteem, and she likely felt awkward about being the youngest in the room all the time. Bobby didn't know how she was outside of the work environment. She could have had a normal teenage life, social life outside of it. He never heard her mention any of her friends, even in passing, and his heart hoped it was just because she adopted Celine's stance on keeping work and personal separate. No, I don't think so. I'll bet your post is limited 5 stars. Thank you, C-Dog. Alright. Bye is crazy, bro. Thank you for the Kristen. Thank you for the bald redeem. Those were easy to brush off as the usual struggles of adolescence. However, 2 things were more concerning. The first thing was that Rumi would flinch. Not often, but if someone accidentally snuck up on her, or if there was an unexpected touch, a tap on her shoulder while she was unaware could make her whirl around like she was expecting a fight. Oh, she would always relax and laugh it off after, and it seemed to be happening less the more familiar she got with the goings on of the studio. It could just be that she was naturally easy to startle, but it borderlined on hypervigilance. Once he noticed it, Bobby made sure to call out to her when he approached. That's cute. Honestly, it just shows how much he does care and how he's trying to, like, make her feel kind of, like, better. Also, thank you for the egg. If the set they were on was crowded, he'd stick close to her and create a path for her to follow. It might seem silly, but she was his charge during those days, and he took that job seriously. He's never been the type to abide by tough love. If he can make her life a little easier, why wouldn't he? Oh, that's so cute! Okay. I am the Versailles fan language. I can now say you're ugly elegantly. Oh my god, yeah, I've been seeing those videos pop up for me too. It's like that one girl with the fan, right? I like her videos. They're very funny. It's also pretty like, I don't know. I hope that I think that's the actual Versailles fan language. If it is, that'd be like really cool. The other thing that concerned him was how adamant she was about never showing her arms. Bobby was not about to please a girl's body on what she could or could not wear. However, it became noticeable when summer arrived and she still refused to shed the jacket, even on the hottest days. Teenagers can't be as insecure about the seemingly oddest things. He remembers some of the things that worried him when he was younger that now seem ridiculous, so he would just make sure that she drank more water and took it easy on those hotter days. Yeah, don't force her. Whoa, wait, I got a raid? Hello, raiders! Welcome in. Dragon Drop It. Hello. If you guys need eat, sleep, shit, study, please go ahead and do so. I want you guys to take care of yourself. Crystal Light, thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. I have a giant fan that can fit 3 fans in it. Post my FID. What is that fan? Yuta! Hello! Bro, how are you doing? Hold up. I'm not gonna lie, my bot has kind of been broken recently, so let me go and shout you out. I really need to fix that. I tried fixing it yesterday, like after stream, and like it just did not work. Cries, sighs, dies. Okay, let me she. Please. Drop it. Wait, did it shout you out? Wait, did it? Did it not? What the fridge nuggets? Okay. Okay, for some reason it didn't work. Okay, but I can do this. I can do this. Am I still bald? Wait, what? Why isn't it working? Please! Alright, wait, let me make myself unbald first. Okay, hopefully that works. Is a Disneyland fan, a souvenir I dub, my biggest fan. Wait, that's kind of cute. My recent fictional girlfriend the past couple days is Venti, Evelyn, Yolan. Nice. How are you doing, you two? Hope you're doing well. Also, for people who just came in, I am reading Kpop Demon Hunter Fanfiction right now. If you guys have not seen the show yet and you guys do not want spoilers, feel free to click off and watch the VOD another day. Thank you for the notification popped up. Don't worry. Oh, okay. That's good. Wait, notification? Notification for what? What did I do? Huh? Wait, for YouTube? I put it on Twitch though. Huh. Weird. Doing good. Just voice acted Ace 24 hours. Damn. Okay, make sure you get a lot of vocal rest. Make sure you drink lots of water. I'm glad you had fun though. The raid notification. Okay, that's good. No, I'm fine. Not about watching the movie. Okay. That's fair. I just want to like make sure for people who came with the raid especially, I don't want to like spoil anything for people. Obviously this is fan fiction, but there can be some things that will obviously like spoil the movie for you, so I just wanted to let you guys know. Also, to introduce myself, my name is Leah, Lee in the Apocalypse. I am a streamer on 4 different platforms: Twitch, YouTube, Twitchcasting, and Chijijik. Occasionally I will talk in Korean as a result, because I do have a Korean chat. Today, honestly, my brain has been very foggy because of how tired I am. Also, because the fan fiction is like completely in English, it's a little hard for me to translate to Korean, so I probably won't be doing that as much today. But if you guys do hear me speaking Korean, it's because of that. I'm also a voice actor, I'm a singer, and I'm a writer. I don't have a lot of writing out right now. If you want to check out my writing, you guys can check out my Twitter. If you guys want to check out my voice acting and my singing, please go ahead and follow me on YouTube. That's definitely the best place to go for that, especially when it comes to my singing. I actually released a cover song of Phineas and Ferb's theme song recently, so please go and give that a listen. It took me 6 hours to edit, so yeah, it's because I did it keyframe by keyframe like an idiot. Anyway, I had to cough. I know 4 Zoes and half of them were honor students at some point. One of them is a literal beach. She's a dog and a beach. Wow, crazy. Refreshing my little soda pop. Oh my god, I fucking love soda pop. Dude, it's such a good song. Every single song in Kpop Demon Hunters is honestly a bop. Also, thank you for the egg again. Hold up, let me drink some water. No, she's a dog. No, I know that. I know that. Also, okay. The fanfiction that we read previously was a Zoistery fanfiction of Zoe and Mystery, where it was like Mystery looking at Zoe in like his POV. So it was like basically Kpop Demon Hunters in his POV, which is pretty good. Little did she know, Lee's a nasty dog. What do you mean? The fuck? Okay, thank you for the dog, Leah. I forget how cheap that one is on YouTube, not gonna lie. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the fanfiction I'm currently reading is basically like if Bobby had met the girls earlier. Yeah. Alright, let's keep reading. Okay. The incident that made him think that something was wrong was when they were shooting part of a music video in-house. They had a few special guests. A litter of puppies from a local shelter. Aww! The pups received exposure that should help them get adopted out faster. Aww! And they were an adorable addition to the video. Rumi had been holding one, giggling as it excitedly tried to kiss her face. It must have gotten too excited because it ended up peeing. No! To her credit, Rumi didn't drop the pup, but she did quickly relocate it back in the pen with its siblings and dash to the bathroom before the shelter worker could finish apologizing. That's unfortunate. Oh man. I don't think this has happened to me, but I know it happened to like a friend of mine. I think it was a rabbit though. Like, I think they were holding the rabbit and ended up like pooping on her lap when she was holding it. I felt pretty bad for it. Luckily, rabbits like poop in pellets, so it's a little bit easier to clean off. But like pee, that's just way harder. Not gonna lie, I'm coping because I'm lonely. Nah, you good, bro. Well, she didn't come back after like 10 minutes. Bobby went to check on her. Maybe it soaked through her jacket onto her shirt. He knocked. You okay in there, Rumi? There was a long pause before you heard her muffled response. Yeah, everything's fine. One of the puppies was Leah. It turned out to be a furry convention. What? Springbean? That's crazy, bro. The door opened and Rumi slinked out, head down and arms crossed. She was still wearing the jacket. The front was soaked from when she tried to wash it in the sink, but the smell still lingered. Bobby paused. Rumi, you don't have to keep wearing that. I can get you a bag to keep it in until it's time for you to go home. Or if you need me to get you a new shirt, I can see about finding you one. The teenager just gave him a tense smile, arms tensing if she was expecting him to take it from her. It's okay, Bobby. No need to bother anyone. It's not a big deal. It was an accident. And it's only a couple more hours until I go home. Dude, a couple more hours of wearing a pea-stained jacket? I could fucking never, dude. I'd throw that off so quickly. Also, thank you for the care package. Yo, also, congrats on first. I didn't realize I was still there. Okay, let me stretch first. Oh, my back. Oh, my crinkly ass back. Holy shit, okay. There we go. Posture check as well. Let me hydrate. No, she's hiding her patterns. Yeah, but he doesn't know that, you know? Also, thank you for the egg again. Bobby didn't know what to do for a moment. It couldn't have been pleasant to wear, yet keeping it on was a higher priority to Rumi. He could worry about why that was later and focus on finding a solution. He felt that if he pushed the issue, she would clam up and probably insist on not bothering anyone by asking someone for a jacket. Not that there are many of them, considering it's the middle of summer. Don't want Bobby knows she has crazy tattoos. Yeah, I mean, because like, she kept on being told by Celine, like, basically her entire life that her tattoos was something she had to hide and that she should hide, so. He rubbed his chin for a moment before remembering something. I have something in my desk that could help. Mind coming with me, Rumi? There was a weak protest that it was no big deal, but Bobby pointedly didn't listen. Yes, this is a case where you should not listen. She's literally wearing a jacket with pee, okay? And he heard her footsteps following him not a moment after. What the hell? He kept a backup set of clothes neatly folded in his bottom drawer in case of emergency. Some projects kept him up into the night, and he'll never forget how when he was new and had to give a presentation with a stain from his lunch on his shirt. Oh, that's so unfortunate. He held the long sleeve button up and a plastic bag out to Rumi. It'll be big on you, but this might be more comfortable than your jacket. Yeah, it's good to have just a change of clothes, because you never know what might happen. Egg. You date Ketathea? Drown the hurdy in perfume. No, dude, perfume and pee are not a good combination. And there was a such thing as too much perfume, so. Wait, Cartathea? Works perfectly? How do you know that? Also, like, dude, it does not cover it up. Rumi stared, eyes flickering between him and the offered shirt, before hesitantly taking it. Uwa character, by the way. Yeah. I haven't really been paying attention to Uwa, so I would have to look up the character later. She slipped into the nearby bathroom and came out only a few minutes later. She had tied the bottom of the shirt up to make it seem less baggy and more intentional, and the sleeves covered her arms down to her fingertips. Thank you, Bobby. Her voice was quiet yet sincere. There was no trouble at all, Rumi. He smiled back at her. What else could he do? was hyper aware of the slight tension and almost silent conversation that Rumi and Celine had when he escorted the teen back to her guardian's office at the end of the day. The what ifs lingered in his mind. He didn't want to jump to conclusions and assume something horrible, so he decided to just help however he could. He wasn't a peer or a guardian, but he still made sure Rumi knew that he was an open ear if needed, and if not him, then some counselors worked at the studio. Aww! Really cared for him. I really cared for her. What would you do for Primo Gems? That's a suspicious question. I don't know. I would eat hot sauce. Like, just hot sauce. Yo, Ghost! How you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. I put 5 spritz of chai hand sanitizer on my hand and sniffed. I recoiled, my nose is flashbanged. Flashbanged is crazy description. I kind of like it, though. It does feel that way sometimes. Things got simultaneously more straightforward, yet more complicated when their new band Huntrix was created, and Mira and Zoe joined. I will do feed pics. That's crazy. I'm good. What about you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little bit tired, hence why today will probably be a little bit of a shorter stream. I slept extremely late yesterday, and I do have some paperwork I need to finish, so mine is so strong, gonna be used as perfume. Your chai hand sanitizer? Do you really want that to be your perfume then if it's that strong? I mean, that's just like what I think. Anyway. Bobby assisted with many bands and wasn't the strict manager of a single one. With the formation of Huntrix, Celine told them that it would be a higher priority and that it could be a test run for being the manager of the band, since Rumi was already familiar with him. It was another step up that filled him with pride, and he had a soft spot for Rumi for the past year for shadowing. And Gal is crazy. I'd be smelling like chai or matcha every day. That's a good smell to have, I feel. I mean, I love the smell of chai and matcha, so I would personally think it's go. It's good. I was trying to say good, and then I tried to say cool, and then it's like cool. Anyway, meeting Mira and Zoe went smoothly. Bobby didn't let the older girls' standoffish nature deter him. And Zoe was anything but standoffish. They had been recruited through the scattered tryouts the studio held, and Celine had handpicked these two. He was delighted for Rumi to have more people her age to hang out with. The trio was still young, they should be able to have some fun. Hold up, I need a cough. Those first few months were awkward at times, as everyone got used to each other, but the girls seemed to click well together. Bobby was focused on being the best test manager he could be, and worked diligently on networking promoting so the trio's debut would be a success. Ironically, he spent less time with Rumi now that he was her manager. She was working with her bandmates, and he was working on production. He was not her parent, but he couldn't deny the pride in his chest seeing her gain some friends. Mira and Zoe were a delight to get to know, and he knew that they would be a good influence on Rumi. The months leading up to Huntrix's debut were hectic, but it popped off without a hitch. The trio took the world by storm, and they couldn't be happier. Promotion events were scheduled, and the merchandise was in production. Things seemed to flow smoothly, and he loved seeing the girls work so well together. Celine picked well. Oh my god, are you trying to go for Spring Means Blood again? Speaking of well, the older woman would frequently check in with the group's progress, and during their down periods, the trio would accompany Celine back to her estate. Bobby hoped the more rural location would help them all relax more. Being in the public eye could make anyone tense. If only he knew. If only he knew. Bobby wanted to believe that Celine had the best intentions. People parent their children in a variety of ways, and maybe he was a softie, but how she was around Rumi rubbed him the wrong way. Celine was never overly harsh, but more so challenging to impress, which seems counterproductive considering Rumi seemed to live for praise. Well, that and food. Oh my god, dude. I immediately thought about that fucking scene of her, like, dude, oh my god. The way she was pushing down the fucking Kpop down her throat was crazy. Rev's lawnmower. What the? Now you asking for the blood now. By the way, one of the new characters for what? The alt includes her. Why do you know this, Cnog? That's crazy. I didn't realize you were a foot guy. If Celine asked Rumi to jump through a ring of fire, he bet she'd do it. Celine had a lot of power over Rumi, which wasn't necessarily bad, but there were times after one of Celine's check-ins where the purple-haired girl would seem deflated or tense. The check-ins almost always impacted Rumi's mood, for better or worse. It had a similar effect on Mira and Zoe. It was to the same extent, but Celine's opinion obviously mattered a lot to them. Looking up to someone can inspire you to go further, but sometimes these girls acted like the fate of the world was on their shoulders. If only he knew! If only he knew. So when Celine started dropping in less and offered him a full-time position as the Huntrix manager, Bobby took it without hesitation. It wasn't a sudden change, but he saw the girls grow more comfortable over the years, and he got to understand them better. He would keep tabs on how many side projects Zoe took on because she hated saying no to people and would sweep in whenever it got too much. He'd use his manager's privilege to redistribute her workload. He learned more about turtles than he thought possible. Aww, I actually didn't notice that she was really into turtles. Whenever he saw a particularly cute or interesting turtle design on something, a blanket, plush, sticker, he would buy it and give the assortment to her on her birthday. The first year he did it, Bobby's pretty sure the pint-sized rapper cracked his ribs from her hug. Oh, rapper! Oh my god. I was like, what? Rapper? No, I do not accept DMs from people in chat. If you want to send anything to me, send it in the Discord server. My fan can snap open so live sounds like a gunshot. Oh, I don't know if this is a good thing. Wait, is it like hard to open in that case? You happy now? Found out Lucia does give revive PGR because she got into the plume of the frame. Oh, wait! That's good to know! Oh my god. Yippee! She's alive! Damn, no, I was like... Well, I remember when he told me that yesterday. I was like, shit, the fuck? Why is everyone so fucking sad or dead? Yo, Black Devil, how are you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well. Putting that out. Okay, got it. Might be afternoon. Yeah, no, you good. Good afternoon. He got to learn Mira's language and how to read between the lines, or know what was left unsaid. She kept her heart close to her chest, but that didn't mean it wasn't there. She made part of her brand that she was ostracized by her family, and on the surface, it didn't seem to bother her. However, Bobby took extra time to make sure Mira was doing alright on family-centered holidays. She would never talk about it, but he had noticed that she could become more snappish or sullen on those days. If double-checking that all her favorite foods were stocked and limiting the public events that day helped, then he did it. Yeah, well, she can't be killed off. She's one of the MCs. True. Oh, what's happening? Oh, currently I'm reading Kpop Demon Hunter Fanfiction. We are currently reading this one fanfic called Not a Stepdad, but a Dad That Stepped In, which is about Bobby mainly. Also, if you guys are like, hey, Leah, I've not seen Kpop Demon Hunter yet, and I don't want spoilers, feel free to watch this VOD at a later date. Big Mac? What about Big Mac, bro? But the first Christmas celebrated as a band, Bobby had suggested that they do a family Christmas card photo shoot together. The studio had an excess of Christmas decor and outfits on hand, and it seemed like a good bonding experience. He had almost expected Mira to sit it out, but she had somehow rocked one of the ugliest Christmas sweaters he had ever seen, like she was on a runway. I mean, she literally wore a, sleeping bag to the Met Gala, so it was a fond memory for all of them, and he had noticed on one visit that she kept the card they made pinned on her vanity. It became a Huntress family tradition. That's so cute! Really a found family moment. That's crazy, Spring Rain. Bobby had known Rumi the longest, and the girls' drive had only accelerated over the years. He never hesitated to praise her. Specifically, he focused on the effort she put in and not the results. He applied that to all of them. If a song wasn't coming along how they wanted, he'd praise them for working on it and remind them that they didn't have to earn rest. It's easier to create when you aren't frustrated with yourself. True. Rumi would fall into the cycle of overworking herself and then become frustrated when the toll became evident. The girl held herself to such a high standard. Bobby had grown accustomed to the signs of it coming and would often sick Mira and Zoe on her for a movie night to help her relax. He was aware that he wasn't their father or a peer, so he picked his battles and hoped the girls would help each other where he couldn't. You want a Big Mac now? You can always get one. And then when I go shower, yeah, go shower, bro. Don't be stinky, bro. You can't hide everything with perfume. Things have been difficult recently. Rumi had been straining herself, and he was torn between staying positive and encouraging her where he could, while also urging her to take a break and not worry about upsetting anyone. Bobby had heard the phrase, "You cannot pour from an empty cup." That's true. But he thought it wasn't accurate. If you pour from an empty cup, nothing happens. No progress is made, but nothing is lost either. True! He saw it more like trying to heat an empty kettle. You didn't get the boiled water you wanted, and it damages the kettle. Wait, that's actually a really, really good way to think about it. I agree with that. He didn't want Rumi to burn herself out trying to be light for others. Bobby couldn't force her to do anything. He could give her a recommendation, help lessen the strain on her, but if she refused to take a break, he couldn't exactly tie her to the couch, although he swears that Zoe and Mira had mentioned that plan before. I wouldn't be surprised. Asim's coming with me, I'm gonna listen. Hell no! I don't have enough money. For which one? He's glad that they were looking out for Rumi, but more and more recently, he's been reminded that unsure teenager who kept others at arm's length. arm's length. The distance was an elephant in the room that no one wanted to look too hard at. And Bobby could only hope that his girls could work it out. A Big Mac. Oh, fair, fair, fair. Near my bathroom shelf. No! He had been networking for months to find therapists with celebrity clientele who could keep everything confidential. Oh! Bobby didn't see any shame in going to therapy. Agreed! He had been himself, and it had only benefited him. He was going to bring up the option to the girls once all the current hype had died down. He wanted what was best for them. They were the priority over social media numbers. True! As they should be. Showers is crazy. With the Idol Awards only a couple of weeks away, he wouldn't push it. But if they kept at this pace after, he'd have to put his foot down. He hoped everything went smoothly. That's cute. We stand girl dad Bobby. Oh god! Also, I wanted to say that I don't want to demonize Celine. She's a complex character and she believed that she was doing what's best for Rumi. He just kind of fucked up, like a lot. Yeah. You don't tell a child that half of them is evil and deserves to die and expect them to grow up and positive self-esteem. No! Oh god! I remember seeing that scene and I was like, bro, there's no way! Oh my god. Man. Oh man. R.I.P. Rumi, bro. That's Haja boys. What is this one? Okay, wait. All right, it's been about 2 hours. I'm not gonna lie, chat, because of how tired I've been feeling today. I'm probably gonna just cap it here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, though. I'm so sorry I only got to like 2 fanfics, but if you guys enjoyed this, I will 100% do this at a later point in time. Again, I will be live again tomorrow, but tomorrow will be like my usual like ASMR kind of like study stream. I'm not really gonna be talking unless it's like whatchamacallit. It's when I'm, oh god, I'm like trying to think. I will not be talking as much unless it's like my break time. So typically the way my ASMR study streams work is that I study for about an hour and I have like a 15-minute break. And then usually I do that like 2, maybe 3 times. And then at the very end, I kind of just like play a game. Typically it's Valorant, do PGR again. If you really want me to play PGR, definitely put it in the Discord for like the game suggestion channel. There's a lot of other games I do want to get to, and I'd rather kind of get to some of the games that I want to, such have had on my mind in a while before I start playing other games again. And I know I promised you guys a lot of other streams too, so I will definitely try to get that done. Alright, good night then. If you see my chat, friendship. What? Alright, thank you so much for watching. Wait, let me see. No, actually, I feel a little too tired to like raid into somebody right now. We're just gonna end here, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye bye, night night, or have a great rest of your day.